Son of a bitch. All right, guess I'm live here. I was trying to go live. I just purchased StreamYards. I should be live on Facebook. Let's see. Let's check. And I was trying to go live on Instagram, but it's not working. So bear with me, guys. We're having all sorts of technical problems here. We're switching things around, but tonight's gonna be a fun stream. So stay tuned. Okay, yeah. So we're live on Facebook, which is dope. All right. So cool, 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 cool. All right. So we're gonna test out some of these technical capabilities here. All right. Let's first start with swag. Shout outs to News Now Fort Worth, bro. News Now Fort Worth is my G, bro. When my first channel got canned, he was one of 4 people in the whole world that shared my new channel. So thank you. I will forever be indebted to News Now Fort Worth. Go give him a like, share, and subscribe. Let him know that the fakest of all Mike. Jody D says you should all check out Charlie Kirk's take on the whole Epstein thing. He may do that, but overall, I disagree with Charlie on so many things. But he may get that one right. Even a broken clock is right 2 times a day. Jenny, shout outs to Jenny. Jenny's a big fam on the auditing community. We got, of course, Rogier. Man, I love Rogier. It's unfair that I can't chill with Rogier. And I just rhymed. We got Petru, Alexandru, Damien. That's a cool name. Nice to see you, bro. I don't think I've ever seen you before. Welcome to the chat. We got some guests backstage too, so hang on tight. We got Bam Audits. Everyone go check out Bam Audits. Go check them out. We got Mitchell in this bitch, for the record in this bitch, Albuquerque. All right, so today, let's start off with a quick fake check. You know what I'm saying? We got the fake mic, real snapback, the branded logo there. You know what I'm saying? Got the tags on to let people know you're cool. Got the H&M trench. Got this for the shirt gang. And today's scent, the scent of tonight, Bear Britain. The link is in the Telegram if you want to join. Everyone go check out Bear Britain. Yo, Bear Britain is a beast, bro. He's beasting out there in the UK, man. You got to see what he's doing in Birmingham. But today's scent is Terre de Hermes. This is a lovely scent here. Let's see. Whew. Oh, delicious. So this scent right here, Terre de Hermes. This has an enveloping cedar and sparkling grapefruit with a radiant note of shiso. And you can smell the hint of orange in the afterglow. This is a very mature scent. This is a fire ass scent. So shout outs to Terre de Hermes. I'm not getting any money from these motherfuckers, but I should. How cold is it? Oh, get your question in the comments. And we got, oh, someone's, we can hear your phone call, by the way, guys. So, no, that's me. Oh, shit. That was me. I was playing my Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s niece video in the background. Enrique told me to pound sand. Text green game over. Text green game over. I don't care if anybody tells me to pound sand. I don't care what woman beater that owes over 17K in unpaid child support, a deadbeat father that runs away from people has to say about anybody. Doesn't really make a difference to me. As you notice, I've still continued. He was in his last live stream, and Enrique's on his last live stream talking shit about me. He was like, yeah, and somebody who I won't name, uh, I'm paraphrasing, obviously. Oh, yeah, he wants to hate on us because with the best part of his life, the best thing he's ever accomplished is being on Auditing America. Really? Really? Because I remember him saying, yo, I would have never confronted Joe Biden, Michael Bloomberg, Hillary Clinton if it wasn't for you, fake Mike. Really? Because guess what? That wasn't even the best part of my life. That's actually crazy. And that's just so how shows how certain people think. Because I've had a lot of good moments in Auditing America. There have been some moments that have been, that I just happened to be there. But they were put on by me. If it wasn't for me, Auditing America, the only thing Auditing America has ever done by himself, ever, is 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 run away from cops. And he has no friends in the auditing community. He says, "Oh, I want to audit with Long Island Audits. Good luck with that one, buddy." Oh, yeah. So and then he's like, The only thing he's ever done is run away from people. He's never changed a law. He's never stood his ground. He's only run away from people. That's all he's ever done. And yeah, he's got way more subscribers than me. That's cool, but like, he's still broke. He's broke. He's got way more money than me, and he's still broke. He was asking on his last live stream. He was asking people, yo, donate. Bro, yeah, you guys can donate to me too. $ FakeMicRealNews on Cash App, FakeMicRealNews on PayPal. Right? You guys can donate. You don't have to, but yeah, I don't make the money that he does, for sure. And at least I ain't broke. So yeah, the only thing he has more is more subscribers, and he still doesn't make more money than me. He's still broke, and he can't go audit with anybody because that's why he ran to Saipan. Yes, that's true. Breaking the law that's a true fact about Will. I will not go to strip clubs. Now that doesn't mean I haven't. I went to 2 strip clubs in my life. One a very good friend of mine. I'll go to casinos. I don't mind going to casinos. I don't want to go to casinos, but drinks are free. I'll just pretend like I'm pulling the slot and be like, let me get 7 rum and cokes. Even though I don't really drink, that's not my drink. But yeah, I don't go to strip clubs, especially in Providence, Rhode Island. In Providence, Rhode Island, I have went once when a very dear person to me was upset about a breakup, and all the bros went, and I was like, all right, I didn't want to. But then at the end of the night, when all the lights came on, I said, 9/11 was an inside job. Look it up. Building 7 was never hit by a... And then one time, me and my boy, we was out, and the only place that was we was traveling. We was vibing. We was having fun with these shorties from the club, and they wanted to still chill, and we still felt like chilling too. I mean, we could have went back to the crib, but we felt like still partying and then going back. And the only thing that was open in that town was a strippy. And it was one of the few strippies I seen that was like, there was girls in there too. And I don't like going there, but especially in Providence, Rhode Island, the club Desire is owned by, I believe, last I checked, was owned by former police officers. And a lot of the security that works in these strippies are on duty, off duty, retired police officers. So one, I don't like to pay money to get my cock teased. Just call me crazy. I don't want to pay $20 to sit in a room with a whole bunch of other horny men, and then pay more money so a girl can dance on me and get my like, it's just weird. And then on top of it, if I went to one of them, which is, I don't know how they are in the rest of the country, but I know in Rhode Island, where I'm from, bro, these fools are. Get your question in the comments in here. And all it takes is, Will, looks like we got fake Mike here. And then they'll tell a girl, say he did this, say he did that. No, I'm not having it. I'm not going to a scrippy. I'd rather waste my money on a date, waste my money going out with my friends, and at least if I don't bring home nothing, I don't really care. At least I had a good time with my friends and not just standing there with a bunch of horny losers looking at one girl who's not going to get with you anyways. And I bagged a couple strippers before too, and I bagged them like in public, and they were like, you would have never bagged me if you would have became in the strippy. I was like, I know, because Melos, welcome. What's your take on strip clubs?
I like them very much. They're part of my weekly digest. I frequent them once a day. No, joking.
Yeah,
it's the oldest profession in history, man. I've got nothing against girls.
I will say that shout outs to Tommy, shout outs to Elmer, shout outs to Mitchell. Yeah, I will say that there's nothing. I'm not against prostitution, as George Carlin said. Selling is legal and fucking is legal. So why is selling fucking not legal? In the UK, it is legal. It's like Nevada. But I guess, what is it like? Explain to me what it's like out there, because
you're asking me like I'm some sort of expert or something.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with strip clubs, Brandon Mitchell. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with strip clubs, because I say I don't like to go to them, but I go to them about once a week to bring my mom lunch. So, no, there's nothing wrong with strip clubs. I just personally, I'm not going to go into a strip club that I know is run by cops, has security by cops, and all the cops in this small ass city, small ass state, all know who I am and all hate me.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't do is give the opposing team an alley oop on my own net. You know what I'm saying? To use a basketball analogy, I'm not going to take the inbound pass and instead of driving up the court, sit there and say, "Hey, there's an alley oop. You can just dunk all over my face, get your nuts all up in my face." No, I'm not going to go to a strip club to pay money to be surrounded by a bunch of horny dudes and cops that hate me. That's just a waste of money for me. And yeah, it should be legal. It should be legal. It all should be legal. Anything that's consensual should be legal. And of course, I'm talking about 18 plus here. But yeah, so strippers need love too. Yeah, that's right. They do. Everybody needs love. And geez, we're talking about strippers to start things off. So get your questions and comments in there. I'm going to go through. I want to go through a couple of my old videos here and a couple of fun moments from the past. And guys, guess what? We're almost at 20K, bro. Like, can we get to 20K, bro? Can you guys share the video, like, share, subscribe? Let's get to 20K on this beast. Let's go to videos. Let's go to oldest.
I was going to say my only issue with strip clubs is they're so bloody expensive, aren't they?
That's what I'm saying. You pay 25 to get in, and then, bro, you think
I'm in there every night, man?
Bro, you think I'm gonna sit there, bro, and throw my hard-earned money at a girl that's not giving me anything? Here, throw away. I might as well just sit at home and avoid the cover charge and just start a fire. Just throw money into a fire. And yes, breaking the flaw is quite astute. Those are not my oldest videos. We have much older videos, but unfortunately, somebody took my old properties in my old videos and said, "Hey, mister, you can't be talking about that." So I had to re-upload them. So yeah. Yeah. So strippers, there's that. All right, let's put some. Now let's get into the funness. On screen. Let's go to on screen. Let's see. Oh, I got StreamYards. I paid for StreamYards. Cool, man. There's no StreamYards thumbnail. I just shouted them out like 19 times though. This is one good old Rice Krispie invaded. Now,
excuse me.
Geez, this video 125 views. I mean, shame on you folks. Geez, what should I go through yet first? Geez, look at this dude's head. Look at that forehead. Cheese and crackers. All right, that was a flat earth video. These are some old OG videos here too. We got PhD historians. All right, so let's watch this little clip here of when I confront. No, I can't watch this video. I can't watch this video. Fuck. I can't watch that video because that's gonna come up with the keyword that we can't watch. Check me out when I confront General Flynn, bro. Yeah. That shit's lady, bro. I can't even say it because it's gonna trigger the algorithm. Let's see. Yeah. Oh man, and we're gonna be joined by a few other guests soon, so check this out. Share the video, guys. Yeah, I mean, this is something that we're gonna have to go back and take a look at. Let's watch a couple minutes of this John McAfee video here, because I've never went back and listened to this. All right, Mr. McAfee, welcome to the show. Thank you very much. It took me a little while to get you on. I appreciate your patience. Still got this, but I have a number of questions, and unfortunately, won't be able to get to them all. But let's start with blockchain and cryptocurrencies. We've seen Facebook. Let's skip ahead. Now. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Yo, look at this. They broke it down. I didn't even do this. They broke it down to voting, politics, critical mass. This is so cool. Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, bro. So we're going to go up and see what McAfee has to say. Because I've never went back and watched these videos, bro. Let's see what. This is so crazy. Let's see what this fool has to say about Epstein, because it's just. So, speaking of the fact that this government is twisted and unaccountable to everybody, something that you've been talking about and I've been talking about on this channel for many years now, we've been talking about Jeffrey Epstein. And he doesn't just involve this government, but he also is connected to the royal family, Hollywood, and many other. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, I got some stuff going on in the background here. I don't know how to shut the volume off. No, how do I shut? How do I shut? Fuck. Sorry, guys, bear with me. I'm just gonna end that live video. I'm gonna end that live video over on Instagram. Sorry, but I don't know how long we were going for, but it took a little bit. And we got my best friend in the world, Denver Metro Audits. What's going on, pimp?
Yo, what up? What's good?
Yo, it's funny because and I don't know if you got my text message, but we switched the topic at the
Yeah,
second.
I got it.
Okay, yeah, I just got a pop up. Even though I just paying for StreamYard, we're having trouble streaming to Instagram. If you enter Instagram, this is expect or not. Da, 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 yeah, whatever, buddy. Thanks a lot. Why did I pay for this?
I don't know what you get for paying for StreamYards. Is like you like I pay like $10 a month and I get like I can have 10 guests up.
Yeah.
Is that what the
10? You
difference
paid
is?
10? You paid
Yeah,
10. I paid 25. Well, it depends
yeah.
if you pay monthly or if you pay annually.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I pay 25. I pay it's whatever the lowest version is. But I was paying like 25, but then it was like all this stuff that I didn't need. And I think there's a $10 a month version. You should check it out. See if
I went to buy it today to give me two different options, but so okay, let's not talk about the. I just see what N word isn't allowed. Okay, Rogier, you're from overseas. He probably doesn't know what the N word. He may not know. He's from the Netherlands. So let's not talk about the N word in here, guys. Come on, like what the hell? Yeah, it's really funny. I'm not gonna give anybody any free press, but I debated one of the hater channels yesterday, and I sat through the intro, and I see DMA, and he was like, "Oh yeah, looks like they have a small clip of him, and they play this unironically, by the way, too. It's hilarious. They play unironically a clip of DMA over here. Everyone go check out Denver Metro Audits, man. He's fucking awesome, bro. They were like, "Oh, I think you guys are on too much fluoride and you can't understand." And literally, he plays it as part of his intro, unironically. Like all the people over there are like old triggered boomers who are like have literally sipped way too much fluoride, and he's playing that like if there's not dozens of scientists, dozens of dentists, dozens of studies about how harmful fluoride is, and unironically, they play that stuff. And sometimes I go over there because I'll get a convert here and there. You know what I'm saying, for going over there. But oh man, bro, you got to smoke a lot.
Not only that, but I know what you're talking about, and also in the intro, I don't watch his videos, but I have seen a couple. And on the intro, he like puts me on there because I'm like his favorite. He puts me on there doing a dance move and like trying to make fun of me, but I was like, I thought that dance move was badass. So I'm like, cool.
Was that you with the?
Yeah, I was like doing like the dance move. I don't know what it was, but
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool. And he did it like first and then did it in reverse or something like that. And it like made it look even cooler. I was like, oh, you just made me look even better than I did.
And the funny part about it too is these people that do this shit, they literally. So I put on some because there's rumors out there that these people are that this dude in particular is somebody that likes to diddle children, right? And I'm like, hey, well, just show your face. You can end the rumor right now. You know what I'm saying? Because we have an article of this guy. We have the same guy, right? Just show your face. He's like, well, I'm worried because I get attacked from auditors. What do you think I don't get harassed by cops? What do you think? I get roses for showing up to Bill Gates' house, to George Bush's house, to confronting Hillary Clinton? Do you think that these bootlickers they're sending me love letters? No, bro. I was like, what is showing your face going to do? You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to show his face.
Do you know what he looks like?
Yeah, I did see the picture. And the ironic thing is, me and Denver Metro Audits to these people, we're the worst people in the world. They've apparently never heard of Kim Jong Un, Kim Jong Il. Apparently they've never heard of Xi Jinping. Apparently they've never heard of Trump or Biden. Apparently they've never heard of all these people that are actually destroying their lives. I mean, we're the worst. And by the way, I have to say, DMA, tell me, let's tell folks about your hoodie.
This is my new merch. So I just
Fire.
it says right here, it's the name tag. And actually, this one right here is just plain and simple. But I got the new ones up. Actually, have my cool logo in the back too. It's like the logo. I don't know. You guys might have seen it. It's a regular DMA logo where I'm like in the red shirt and I'm holding the camera, but it's the cartoon version. So that's on the back, but it just says right here on the name tag. So check out my merch store. I got it on there.
Yeah, man. If Tommy, if you could please put DMA's merch store and his links in the chat, I greatly appreciate it. All right, DMA. Let me ask you another question. AFA, if you want the link, I'll send you the link. You can feel free to join. And we're just kicking it today. On Fridays is the day that I kick it because, quite frankly, for about 20 years, and I'll check my emails and stuff like that. I'll let Theo and DMA take over because honestly, DMA, I was thinking about just giving this fool the keys to my channel because like literally he says exactly what I want to say, only far more eloquently and without getting distracted and going on rants. And so I've been checking out more and more DMA, but I also have to keep a balance too. And this is what I'm talking about here is a balance, is because, bro, I was like at a certain point at night and a certain day, I need to just chill and stop thinking about cops and politicians. I used to make fun of people. Oh, you play video games. Oh, you watch sports, bitch. It's okay. You have to have a balance. You have to have a balance. Everybody does their own thing. I love music. That's my number one thing in the world is music. But we all need to have a balance. So of course the normies, they need to step up their activism. But the people like DMA, the people like Theo is a guy that lives and breathes this shit. Like literally it's his lifeblood. He does this every day. People like that, they need to have a balance. And that's what this is all about. Let's start with because I already have a clue about Theo, but DMA, who are your top 5 musical artists of all time?
Okay. Well, I guess like I know it's cliche, but I really do like all genres of music. So I really do like my main 2 though are hip hop and techno. We call it techno in my day. Now it's like electronica or whatever. But I like classic rock. I even love like I love pop punk, and I love pop, dude. Like I like girly music too.
I have a few guilty pleasures, I have a few guilty pleasure pop songs that people would never expect from me. Yeah, hell yeah.
Hey, ain't no shame in my game. So, but I would say like probably my top 5 is probably going to be rap. So I would have to say number 1 is going to be Tech 9. Number 2 is going to be Eminem. And actually, probably my number 3 right now, which potentially could be number 1 eventually, is Harry Mack. And you know who Harry Mack is?
Yeah.
Amazing, man. Like people wish they could write.
Okay, hold on, DMA. I'm going to interrupt you, and I don't want to interrupt you because I got a man crush going on here, but you named a couple people there, and I feel like, okay, have you ever heard of Cannabis?
Oh, yeah. Cannabis. Okay. What is it, that Patriot song that he does? He talks about real shit, man. Corruption in government.
So when Eminem first came out, they asked Eminem, who do you listen to? And they were like, Cannabis. He said, Cannabis. If you don't listen to Cannabis, you shouldn't be listening to hip hop. Tech 9's got a track with Cannabis. Cannabis, when he first came out in 1998, he was supposed to be the new Rakim. And he had a song on his very first album called Channel Zero. And he starts off saying, sometimes the road to the truth is so elusive it's confusing, and reality becomes illusion. If I showed the masses where we were at or where we were going, it would shadow the social balance of the world as we know it. You start talking about 97% of our presidents were Masons, responsible for laundering trillions of dollars from the nation. I'll get to the comments and all that other stuff. Harry Mack is an incredible freestyler. But yo, Cannabis never let up, bro. He was talking about the Bilderberg Group in 1998. He was talking about the Illuminati. He's been one of these people that actually Bone Thugs. We got Nas in the chat, yeah, for sure. Listen to classical composers. Honestly, my classical composers, Mozart was like the only one I could fuck with because Mozart was like hardcore. Like he literally would do things on purpose just to show off, and he was hardcore. He was brooding. He wasn't making no ode love songs. He was like, boom, boom. That was like hardcore.
Yeah,
that was like some hardcore shit back in that. Mozart is the G.
Yeah. He was like a rebel in his day.
Sorry, I'm sorry. That was it Beethoven or Mozart?
Beethoven is one that does the Elise song that's like super popular.
Which
but
one?
Mozart is like the OG, man, of classical.
Yeah, they're both honestly beasts.
I think Mozart was like the bad boy though. Beethoven was just kind of crazy. But I love classical music. Bach. I don't know a whole bunch of it, but I you know where actually I think trance comes from is classical music.
Have you guys ever how familiar with Lupe Fiasco are you there at Denver Metro Audits?
I've heard some Lupe.
Okay, I'm going to put something on screen right now, and I'm going to pause it right here. And as a matter of fact, Shizak, shout out to Shizak, one of my favorite, and shout outs to Eric Thompson, my G. We're about to go see the Orioles. We're about to watch the Orioles whoop the fucking Texas Rangers ass, bro. We're about to smoke a blunt, watch Gunnar Head. I'm gonna go in the nose flex zone. Yeah, who was the more hardcore, Rozier? Was it Beethoven or Mozart? I think it was Beethoven, I want to say, but let's see. But yo, I'm gonna play this video right here, bro. This is on some other level hip hop shit. And even if you don't like hip hop, guys in the chat, this is like, and literally, okay. So do we know what, in the chat? Do you guys know what a double entendre is? A double entendre. This is an example of a double entendre. Hey, take a gander at those geese, because a bunch of geese is called a gander. So it's a double play on words. Literally, the hook on this Lupe Fiasco song is a triple entendre. The hook is a triple entendre, right? So check this shit out. This shit is fucking lady, bro. We're about to do a live reaction video right here.
You gonna get hit with a copyright on this?
Probably, but who cares? My channel's not even monetized.
Oh, it's not? Oh, okay.
No.
Well, then it doesn't matter then.
Here, yeah, it doesn't really matter.
You're not monetized. How do you have almost 20,000 subscribers and you're not monetized?
We'll talk about that off camera,
okay,
bro.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about that. And who knows, bro? I'll literally. I mean, I think I figured out how it is. Shout out to Futoy and Theo for help maybe helping me out. And we got UK lady, welcome.
Hello, everybody. How are we doing?
We're doing excellent. How about you? Sorry.
Most excellent. Feeling quite purpley tonight.
Yes, I like the purple. The purple.
You got the purple lights in the background and everything.
I do. I've got all my lights going.
I love the ambiance. It's fire. This is what I want. This is what I wanted to have going on over here. This is like the 2024 white boy version of Kevin Samuels in panel. All right, so I'm gonna play this shit right here, guys, and I'm gonna stop it. But yo, this is I want your reactions in the chat here, because this is something that this is ridiculous. First one if you can hear it in the
with a platinum plaque, just like Robin, George, and Jack. The mind fears with the blinds high, but I'm here on the blind side, hanging up to the line dies, then off the hook for the crimes tried, getting awful looks from the tribe, unlawful jokes we can climb sky. That's Robin Hood, arrows of the rich steel in Hollywood and featherweight. I step by step, let it escalate till you get it. We'll tell you if I hit it. We can make pie if we don't fidget. Exhibit, pimp my ride exquisite. We G's, coach us back if we die in business. My lord is my chemist. My sword is some Kemet, Egyptian fonts and unks. Scottish rites with Mont Blancs, let us stomp. Yeah, I walk as my father walked. Master builder is what I thought. You look just like how I'ma be. Sacred geometry. In a line, in a line, in a line, in a line, in a line. time, go straight. Don't sign. You look just like how I'ma be. Sacred geometry. In a line, in a line, in a line, in a line, in a line. 3 angels in kind, on time, go straight. Don't sign. Yeah. What a golden means, so the overseer gets overseen, and the overhears of the older themes can see the bell but don't know the rings. The rings are not sounds, but circles. We wear these on your virtuals. See through these circles just like Steve Urkel, till it's all universal. And it harmonizing like proportion to the larger size, and it's dynamic in a high standard, so each degree has a part to prize. See, big worlds have little worlds that feed on their velocity, and little worlds have lesser worlds, and so on to viscosity. You look just like how I'ma be. Sacred geometry. In a line, in a line, in a line, in a line, in a line. 3 angels in kind, on time, go straight. Don't sign. You look just like how I'ma be. Sacred geometry. In a line, in a line, in a line, in a line, in a line. 3 angels in kind, on time, go straight. Don't sign. Yeah. The applause of patience to the laws of nature override lies and the laws of nations. Pilgrims bear witness at all the stations. Some positions overcome traditions. Numbers govern our young religions. Dead levels making plumb decisions. Perpendicular to the undivision. That's bad curricula to the unconditioned. Any love less than unconditional is so under-Christian, it's unrepentant. The physical part of my church amidst the invisible arts of my work. To make gold from garbage is not the alchemical point of this math. The truth be told, it's the pursuit of gold that turns the gold of men into trash. The soul's gold and they turning gold into cash. And your reflection is your connection to more collections of more directions and paths. If your reflection's a mask, then you're reflective of mass. To see yourself, just look at me and split your reflection in half. And you look just like how I'ma be. Sacred geometry. In a line, in a line, in a line, in a line, in a line. 3 angels in kind, on time, go straight. Don't sign. You look just like how I'ma be.
I see you, Elmer.
Sacred geometry. In a line, in a line, in a line, in a line, in a line. 3 angels in kind, on time, go straight. Don't sign.
And that is Lupe Fiasco, Dots and Lines. My only problem with this song is he doesn't talk about hating women or selling drugs in that one. Nice.
That usually sells, you know.
Is he a Freemason?
Let's hear some feedback on that one.
Is he a Freemason? Well, it's funny that he has so many so many Freemason like symbolism in there, and it, you know, the G in in the logo, a lot of people think it stands for God. It actually stands for, or some people think it stands for geometry too, but it stands for generativity, because actually Freemasonry is really like a sex cult. So that's why they wear the aprons around their genitals, because it's like protecting their aprons. There's this guy, I think his name's like Bill Schnoblin or something like that. He's a former Freemason. He has a YouTube channel, and he like is a whistleblower. He said he was like a 92nd degree. Some people think it only goes to 33, but it really, he says it goes to at least 92nd and could go to many more. I don't even know how many, but he whistleblows on the whole thing, tells you about the this, what's it called, the rituals they do and what it's really about.
Bill Snoblin's interesting because he's somebody that so Bill Snoblin is somebody who's now become a Christian, But then there's
Yeah, I
people
know
like
he flip flops a
there's,
lot.
now there's people like, but then there's people like Fritz Springmeier, who I love. Fritz Springmeier, he's a Christian, and I'm gonna bring it up to him one day, but I just don't have the heart. He's just such a fucking nice guy. It's just like I feel so lucky when I'm talking to Fritz. It's like, but the thing is, well, there are multiple people. Forget Bill Snowblin. There are multiple people say that the 33rd degree isn't where it ends. You know what I'm saying? And it would make sense that it goes up farther than that, perhaps to 360 degrees. But yeah, Lupe. The thing I like about Lupe is he exposed these fools. Matter of fact, he was supposed to perform at the during I forget if it was 28. I think it was 2008. Yeah, 2008 or 2012. I forget, one of those things where Obama was running, and he was supposed to perform, and he just kept performing the song "Words I Never Said Before." Which in that song he starts off saying, "I really think the war on terror is a bunch of bullshit. Just another reason for us to waste up all our phone clips. 9/11 Building 7, did they really pull it?" And then he talks about a whole bunch of other things, as well as and then he also said the Gaza Strip was getting bombed. Obama didn't say shit. That's why I didn't vote for him. Next one either. I'm a part of the problem. Problem isn't peaceful. And so yeah, Lupe has been one of those people. He wasn't like Diddy or any of these other losers, or Jay-Z, like supporting Obama or Hillary Clinton. And honestly, I gotta say, bro, like what is up with that, bro? Like, you got The Rock, you got Jay-Z, Beyonce supporting Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton. Now look, Donald Trump is bad. Trust me, I know Donald Trump is bad. The Rock too. The Rock came out of nowhere. The Rock never supported nobody. He broke my heart when The Rock supported Joe Biden, bro. You could just stay out of that, and everyone would love you, bro. What?
Yeah, you never want to get political if you're like a celebrity like that. It's like bad for business. But yeah, there's actually this pizza place down the street from my house, and their logo was an American flag with like all the lines. It had the blue line, and then it had the red line for fire, and like all the different lines. And I was like, they ended up going out of business. But I was like, man, that's like terrible, because there's, a lot of people that don't like that blue line stuff, and you're like alienating half your, or maybe not half, but 30% maybe, hopefully, of your target market. So
Exactly. Why would you want to alienate anyone?
yeah, that's why I don't like people say stuff bad about Democrats or Republicans on my channel. I don't even acknowledge it, because I don't want to get into that. I mean, people know my views anyways, but I don't want to alienate my audience. So
I'm happy to talk about people's views and why they stand on those views, but I don't want to label it either left or right, or Democrat or Republican.
But no, that dude's dope, man. Actually, I haven't heard too much of his music. He's got a lot of he talks about real stuff. He's got multi-syllable rhyme schemes and stuff. Really talented guy, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I like him. I'll have to check him out more. I like, beats are really important to me, and like that beat was one of those kind of like mellow type beats. I really like that boom bap, or I like some.
Me too.
I've got some music for you later.
All right, trust me. Literally, DMA. I'm literally the king of the boom bap, bro. That's what I got you. Okay, so this one's a little more upbeat here. I'm gonna play this one. I'm gonna run to the bathroom and take a peek. This will be the last Lupe song we have. You guys can put some request or whatever, maybe not.
Yeah,
I'm gonna play some shit y'all ain't never heard too. And yeah, help me get to 20K. We're at like 19.1, 19.2. We celebrate over 9,000. We celebrated our first channel when it was over 9,000. It was an awesome party. We had a whole bunch of blunts. We had some alcohol. We were playing music. It was super fun. And then when they axed that bitch, we built our shit up again. And we ain't doing this the easy way. We're not unboxing kittens, and it's not just strictly artists. We out here slanging game, bro. So help us get to 20K so we can celebrate, because something we barely ever do on this channel, and I apologize because I'm just unfortunately the mouthpiece of this channel. You guys are the ones doing all the work, but I really want to celebrate, guys. It's important to celebrate victories, and it's been so long. So let's get to 20,000. Share the videos, guys. Let's get to 20,000. We're gonna have a really dope celebration video, just like we do. So I'm gonna play this video. This is Mural. It is a lyric breakdown and by Lupe Fiasco. I'm gonna mute up here. And then we'll give our live reactions.
for all chemicals, vitamins and minerals, and Vicodin within the tubes wrapped around the arm. To see the vein like a chicken on the bond. Top cat chat, let's begin another yawn. Let's flying sausage cheese, or is it chicken palm? The roosters don't fly like boosters don't buy. So what powers cowards to get them to the top? Just to fall asleep, listen in the block. The ribbon in the sky is the ribbon that I drop. Dribbling the eye across the prism of a clock. That lacks meaning, but racks up stacks of fat reading to catch cheap and wrapped up plants from trap dealings. Now what's the coffin with a scratch ceiling? And what's the talking without the match feeling? That's berry living and cherry picking every lemon from your berry system, then proceed with the pack feeding. When I was young, I had visions of another world, sneaking looks at the porn stash of my brother Hurl. Incense smoke made vortices and other curls, casting calls for porn films and ad space for rubber girls. I like my pancakes cut in swirls, Moroccan moles and undercover squirrels. I like cartoons, southern cities with large moons, faith healers, ex-female drug dealers, and art booms. Apologize for my weird mix. What tastes like hot dogs and tear drips, and looks like pantomime and clear bricks, and smells like shotguns and deer piss. They on a hunt, kinda salty that I'm going hard. First part of a party that I throw in pods. 1 minute you playing pool, next minute you throwing darts. But that's how you do with a party that you throwing bars. I run the gambit like I'm throwing cards. From popular mechanics to overdosing hard. Paint cold pictures like Nova Scotian landscapes. Nerd gang, McMandel brought sets when we handshake. A word game, back up, playing that can damn lakes. Back up, the word playing that the man states means I can still be the man if the dam breaks. And when demand breaks, some reflections what they can't face. But Pyrrha still treat the mirror like it's a fan base. The unfettered veteran, the eagle feathered man of medicine that hovers above cities like weathermen, or maybe weather woman. Whatever better to tell you weather coming. I prefer girls to rain all over the world, and not rain like Rain Man, or rain like Rain Dance, or rain like a slight chance of rain when it's rain, and rain like deer slaves to Santa Claus, slave man, but rain like queens that reign over made man, and not queen like Queen Killer, Rhapsody Bohemian Queen, but queen like white glove wave hand. And not wave hand like it's a heat wave, so you make a fan by waving your hand. I'm talking wave like you saying hey man. And not hate for horses and horses like you almost voiceless. You gotta treat your vocal cords like it's a fortress, and treat every single one of your words like reinforcements. And especially when you're recording, cause that's the portion that's important. When I was reporting that I was poor, but now I'm more than, it's still hooker hills on my sugar hills and sweet spots. Crying shames make margarita rims from cheap tops, deep plots in Florida, ceiling windows for my pea pots. A little scenes with the sickle swings to make the wheat drop in 100 words for them hummingbirds that like the eavesdropping. Fan out like peacocks with a parakeet that beatbox. So the sun rise when the beat drop and the sun dies when the beat stops. Then it unties, then it relocks, then it relapse, then it detox, then he back like a heat pack on his kneecaps at the weak spot, cause he want what we got, like yeah. Then forge poetry like a young honorary Morrissey, then spit it to the golden lock thoughts who like they porridge all watery, not scorching nor sorbity from the still orbiting sorcerer sorcery coming down gorgeously, just like a Stacey Dash waterfall, a more torturing, a waterboarding Barbie doll, a river of women like Brazilian carnival, swimming in feminine bikinis made out of barbasol. Somebody give them the volleyballs. If you love her, don't ever send her to Molly Mars. Homie, if she lonely, she might end up in Macaulay's claws, coming out the closet over goblets down at Mardi Gras. The fame, champagne, walk of shame, lobby call. My rap position was black condition and activism, ammunition for abolition missions, attacking systems, but they not after listen. Let's just drop in no Activision. Are we apps or are we bodies filled with apparitions? Operating applications stuck inside an Apple prison. Chicken hacking download updates that lack religion. Or are we more than soil tainting? Disloyal changelings preoccupied with boy and goyle chasing and foiling others royal saintings. I sit back and watch the world through eye holes in my oil paintings. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Unless you Virgin Mary, nothing to it but to trust. Believe all that. Unless you judge, life is not a dictionary. It's a thesaurus, and I feel like a missionary to a clitoris, the water bearer air of traditions that I swear to never change my chair position or conditions of my porridge. Submission for sedition against the religion of a chorus. Keep them golden weed thieves out the motherfucking forest. As I perform a nerd storm, I prefer my pictures in word form. Bury the hatchet like how a bird born. As I paint cold pictures like Kool-Aid facing condensation, having conversations with flavorful combinations, slave to my concentration. So that's OJ the Juice Man meets OJ with 2 hands and 2 gloves. That's too snug to judge who was who drew blood. And Lupe, look at all these toucans. In a cemetery full of tomahawks, giving middle fingers to the pigeons doing somersaults. Road runners don't fall off cliffs, they run across anomalies by the colony, flukes by the reservoir. While in pursuers end up as poofs on the desert floor. Levitating youths who know the truth of where the fountain hides. Buckaroo roofs painting tunnels onto the mountainsides. 1,000 parts a pound, a heart, an ounce of eyes, announcing out a doubt and mouth pronounces out accounts of lies. Chocolate counts by the counts of 5, refrigerator roof full of animals and monsters, incinerator shoots in the manual for Contra. Assorted memories from my childhood, absorbing energy from the wild woods. Electronic combat, Konami signed contract. Chinese chalk killing cucarachas on contact. Chicago, spray gun aficionado, efficient spitting, bridging divisions isn't Chicano. Who's the boss? If it isn't Lister Milano, do the call, ninja mission into the Congo. Polarized envy of the older guys, Black Obi Shinobi hitting Keno in the face with all my throwing knives. Sub-Zero guiding, hiding, riding in the pack as well. Sound Village, Leaf Village, Wolf Spirit, magic spells, yeah. Dodging rain and catching hell. Face seers need samurais to catch the L. Special research vessels made for catching whales. Fillet of fish, ship, sea shepherd, peppered with extra cells. Rewrite history, liberty needs a better bell. Maybe harder irons and carbon fibers that never fail. Smarter science mixed with an art alliance, a fairy tale. Or maybe just a metal pail you hit with steel tools to announce you've had enough and dropping out of SEAL school. Just like trout jumping out their house to let their gills cool. Cuba scuba couldn't take the temperature of my skill pool, yeah. Said it feels cool to kill fools. Slipping through the cracks like when you try to grill gruel. Techno Viking water bottle when not following pill rules. Will have you off the throttle when you should be modeling chill move. Roller skate maker, you just cobbling wheel shoes. Overweight taster, king's food that kills crews. Oblivious featherweight baker who autograph cakes whenever his quill moves over your milieu. Simple as a Buddhist monk in the temple standing in some hill grooves with the abbot practicing stillness. Real still till he realizes realness. Defeat Samsara, achieves nirvana and brilliance. Yeah.
Jesus effing Christ. Lupe Fiasco.
And
That was
I hope you
weird.
enjoy it as much as I enjoy it. And there's a lot to it. You know, so put on your thinking caps. Go in a nice
Put on
dark
your thinking
room
caps for sure.
every so often and just put it on, let it play all the way through and, you know, have fun.
That shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah, man, he's lyrically talented,
We got
dude.
we got Soraya.
He's a lyricist, man. Like he's an actual lyricist.
Yeah.
Rather than, you know, some of these mumble rappers today and stuff.
Most people would just think of Lupe from Kick Push and not realize how he's literally one of the best lyricists in hip hop history. And those 2 tracks right there just go to show you that for sure. Soraya, welcome to the stream. How are you tonight, darling? You're a Libra, aren't you, darling?
Hello, good night to everybody.
Good to see you. Hey. Yes. Yeah, we got Eric driving. I'm sorry?
No, I'm joking. Good to see all beautiful people.
What about me?
Good to see you too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because
I go for the woman.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Hey.
You got it. Don't worry. You got it.
All right. So DMA wants some hardcore shit. So.
Oh yeah, that beat was pretty. I like that beat too. That beat went hard. Hey. Yeah. There's another rapper dude that talks about this kind of stuff. He's not quite as talented, but you probably heard of him. Immortal Technique.
Yeah, Immortal Technique is a beast, bro. He's
old school.
He's not even that old school, bro. I mean, but he is kind of old school.
Like
he's not old school like KRS-One.
Right, he's like early 2000s.
Early 2000s, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I didn't realize I muted. Do you know who he reminded me of? If you took Mos Def and like mixed him with an early day Kanye before he went mental, it's him.
Well, it's funny that you say that. One, because Kanye was one of the people that helped propel him, and he almost didn't want to do a track with Kanye. But he ended up doing a track with Kanye, which ended up propelling him to success. He's like Kanye without the delusions and plus lyrics. And then also, who's the other person you said? Mos Def. Mos Def actually.
Mos Def, yeah.
He's now known as Yasin Bey. He's a Moor now, which is crazy. And yeah, Mos Def, aka Yasin Bey, is one of the best lyricists too, bro. What you gonna say, Denver Metro artist, to that?
Wait, who is Mos Def?
Yeah, Mos Def. He's now recently changed his name to Yasin Bey, and he's a Moor now. As a matter of fact, on one of his,
Jesus Christ, Will, this whole country like is about to go down, and we talk about like rappers. Come on, that's making money.
Oh, you know it's so
What the
funny,
fuck?
bro. You know it's so funny, bro. Yeah, she's hitting me right where it hurts the most, bro, because she's known me for so long, bro. Okay. So what you don't know, Soraya, is in order for me to maintain a presence on this platform, in order for me to be on YouTube, there's certain things I cannot say. So I'm sneaking shit in there a different way. And also, I literally spent the last 20 years of my life, as you know, balls deep in this shit. And this is still my number one priority besides my friends, my family, my health, and getting money. So, and then, matter of fact, tomorrow, tune in to 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be interviewing U.S. diplomat, lawyer, and author J. Michael Springman. Bro, I can't even tell you how fucking crazy this dude is and some of the things that he's exposed. So I'm not giving up on this, but at the end of the day, yeah, we're going to talk about this because why? Because these rappers that we're talking about, these aren't like mainstream sellout rappers. These are rappers that are telling us the truth. These are rappers that are sacrifice financial gain to tell us something. They could have sold out. They could have been shucking and jiving, but they chose not to keep it real. So I do believe that it's good to give them their accolades, their flowers. But yeah, you're right. I mean, there's a ton of other things that we could be talking about right now. And honestly, quite frankly, I've been talking about every single one of them for 20 years. There's not a topic out there that I haven't discussed, haven't talked about it before the news talked about it. Last night we did a fucking 2-hour stream on Jeffrey Epstein. And I mean, I was, not to brag, but I mean, I was talking about Jeffrey Epstein before the news knew who the fuck Jeffrey Epstein was.
Yeah, I saw your live stream.
I was confronting Hillary Clinton. I was confronting Michael Bloomberg. I was confronting all these people.
Yeah.
Before they even knew who Epstein was. So I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and brag, but I mean, like I'm doing my fucking work, and so I'm gonna chill a little bit too, and yeah. So check out Sunday with RHTV live, because originally I was gonna do a dating panel here tonight, and we really didn't get a chance to do that. We had some shit go foul. So but we're gonna continue to do that. We got a whole bunch of different game plans, and it's basically like whack-a-mole. Yeah, they can knock me down one time, but bro, I ain't going anywhere, bro. I got 19 more channels for that ass.
I get knocked down.
I don't like that song, but yeah, I like the sentiment. So okay, so just first of all, take a look at the visual here. This is not no like soft Drake shit. Just look at this visual. There's a cloud of smoke, and he's chilling there with a hoodie on, and he's fucking got some sunglasses. Now, kids, keep up. This is like Back to the Future. You guys might not like this, but your kids are gonna like this. This is literally, this is the equivalent. This song right here is literally Cannabis, the MC. He grabs the New World Order by the throat, and then you'll see what happens.
Fraternity of the impoverished. Knowledge this. The vocalist beast, knowledge like the Pope in this piece. You think the ocean is deep? Fuck with me. Unbelievable bars, unbeatable odds, unspeakable horrors at an unperceivable cost. Your unagreeable response lacks thought and human heart. This is lyrical law. It's what I make the music for. My prayers are simple. My forehead is layered with wrinkles because of all of hardships that I've been through. The symbolic hip-hop prophets speak to your subconscious. French politics got the public thinking the opposite. I'm a hyper-lyrical, spontaneous, alchemical, elite neoliberal, child of the indigo, drilling holes through the Faraday cages of your brains. Then I implant the arcane image of Saint Germain. High lyrical exponent, intelligent quotient. When I'm focused, I can engage multiple opponents, but I won't if I have no motive. Soldier, be careful, it's loaded. Verbose with emotions of psychosis. In case you didn't notice when I wrote it, I'm spitting lyrics fitting in tighter spaces, the outer space roaches. A real MC don't have to do it, he don't want it to. And that includes freestyling in front of you. It's not like something gon' change. It's not like the whole world gon' start praising my name. I stay in my lane. I'd rather die by living brave than live like a slave. I'd rather be broke than be fake and get paid. These layers of physicality challenge me. My soul is gold and it's the only thing that's able to balance me. My energy body has an alchemical copy that looks godly, not fat, out of shape, or sloppy. The iller the rhymes, the more that I am widely vilified, but real recognized, real I get mine. Stand with the underdog, don't be a coward. Stop dick riding people for their money and power. Even the American flag says made in China. The national debt says the U.S. is a vagina of a black widow spider, spraying blood out like a geyser. Why do we lose everything we fight for? Fathers, mothers, sons, daughters in the land of the lawless. Sacrifice before Horus. The Inca, the Aztecs, the Mayans were masters. A new beginning is coming. The irony is classic. The potential of life versus the potential of death. Either way, we go through mad mental stress. God forbid for you, for her, or him. We ignored the gems. Now we gotta do it all again. We failed hip-hop's laws and brought down shame upon our cause. Now we will fall upon our swords. The shaman pays homage to Solomon. He orders them to send the witch doctrine. They ask me to rhyme again. Every now and then I get retarded to spit. I would like to apologize to every artist I diss. Everybody assumes I wanna rhyme when I don't. Sometimes I just wanna chill and watch you flow. Mysteries in the cathedral. The dark overlords of evil ripped out the vocal cords of the people. I walk up to your bedside in disguise with red eyes and tell you to remember these rhymes. This is the season of hip-hop. Believe it or not, I lined it up with the claimant's equinox.
Yeah, so some real hardcore shit. Yeah, at Tubesock saying LL and Eminem made Candace quit rapping. That didn't happen. That did not happen, bro. But yes, he did join the army, as a matter of fact. Yeah, man, that's the type of shit I listen to. Hardcore shit that's like just beating up the normies.
Yeah, dude, shit goes hard, man. I could tell you listen to a lot of underground too. What up, Tubesock? Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
That was
I don't know how to say your name. Is it Rajir? Rajir Hop?
Roger Hop, yeah.
Yeah. What's up, man? Good to see you, bro.
I've
You
seen that
asked
name before.
where I'm from, and do you know what DMA stands for?
He probably doesn't. But yeah, he's out in Denver, man. And yeah, I agree, man. DMA would be a dope POTUS, man. I would not leave the country, because right now my goal is to leave this country because and people tell me, oh, well, if you hate this country so much, well, why don't you leave? Oh,
That's what people say when they have no intelligent argument to come back with what you say. Just, if you don't like the country, just leave. Well, it's like, well, we should just stop trying to surpass our previous best. So like, just because the United States has more freedom than other countries doesn't mean that we should just give up. Like, oh, we could be living in Iraq, or wherever. It's like,
you've got too many freedoms over there. We need to just take some away. You don't need them all anyway.
Yeah.
You don't use
need some of our democracy.
Nobody knows what they are. Nobody uses them. So what's the point in having them?
Imagine if somebody would have told Patrick Henry, George Washington, or Martin Luther King Jr., man, if you got a problem with the United States, why don't you just leave? Why don't you just leave? And what?
Yeah. Fuck off back to where you came from.
And what? Become a victim of its foreign policy?
Yeah.
I mean,
I was gonna say, if I was president of the United States, though, I would not be president. I'd take Adam Kokesh's lead, and I would be DMA for not president. That's what I would do. I would do the same thing he's doing, and as my first act as president, I would sign an executive order to peacefully dissolve the United States federal government.
Yeah. I'd vote for that.
Definitely agree. That's exactly what I would do. Because it's so funny. Because Adam convinced me not to vote, and then then a couple years later, he was like, "Hey, vote for me." I was like, "You son of a bitch."
That's kind of how libertarians are, dude. Like it's one thing one minute and then another thing the other minute. But like a lot of libertarians don't like to vote. But yeah, it's like I mean, voting does, help. It does, change things. It's been proven. It changes things in this country. So
and for me personally, I think not voting is a slap in the face to the people that fought and died for us to be able to have that right to vote.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you really want to think that, there's some wars that maybe people fought and died for our freedom, but those are very far.
Well, maybe not necessarily wars, but all the women that fought for the right to, vote and things like that. They fought for that. What?
All right,
it's,
so there's
it's
a woman. So we got Rhode Island girl here. Rhode Island girl, welcome to the stream. How are you today?
How you, lovey?
Hi guys, I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. Thanks for asking. So we're mixing up the panel a little bit here today. And it's interesting because there's a girl, her name is Pearl. She's an influencer online. She's more of a right-wing dating anti-feminist person. And she actually brings up an interesting point, which is, which I don't agree with. But she believes that women should not have the right to vote. Women should not have the right to vote. Now, me personally, I agree with Mark Twain. Mark Twain says if voting made a difference, they wouldn't let us do it. And so the last president that actually really offered a challenge to the power system was JFK, and they blew his head off in RFK. And the only when he tried to run afterwards, the only reason they let them fools run is because their father was entirely corrupt, and they thought they were going to play ball. They did not. So, I mean, we got the choice here in the United States between two racist old losers who probably have sexually assaulted people and have both dishonored their oath to the Constitution. So, I mean, even if we vote, but Denver Metro Audits brings up a great point, which is there are a whole bunch of things on your local ballot which you can do. And quite frankly, if we had more Libertarian and Green Party candidates out there on the television, then yeah, this would be a much smoother thing. But unfortunately, the Democrats and Republicans have monopolized control. And I mean, I'm no fan of Bernie Sanders. I'm no fan of Hillary Clinton. But we just watched in 2016 as Hillary Clinton stole the election right from Bernie Sanders, literally right from. And nobody blinked an eye. Nobody said anything. Even Bernie, he didn't care. He was just like,
they were too busy. Go ahead. They were too busy watching her walk around Trump on a stage. That's what they were worried about.
Yep. 1 week, Bernie Sanders was like, Hillary Clinton is unfit to be president. The next week, Bernie Sanders was out there. He said, all girls after 1990, born after 1997, all they know how to do is twerk, charge their phone, eat hot chip, and lie. And that to me, it says sell out all over the place.
That's a good impression, man. Get the place and everything.
I've been working on my Bernie Sanders impression for this very moment. All right, girl, man. Because we were gonna talk about dating in the 21st century. Then we had some technical problems. Then we had some guest mix. But let's talk about dating in the 21st century, because quite frankly, I looked up some divorce statistics before the show, and I had heard rates as far as upwards of 50%, which means either you or your partner is getting divorced. That's not a good number, but I see the rate is like 21%. And when I was at Christmas this last year, my youngest cousin had a shirt, and she said, "Hey, did you notice my shirt?" And the shirt says, "The revolution starts at home." And it's something that I said in 2013, which she put on her shirt, and I didn't realize. And I've been out here confronting politicians, confronting police officers, owning the shit out of police officers, and the revolution really starts at home. So we need to start cultivating gentlemen and gentlewomen. Let's start with you, UK lady, and then we'll go to the females here. I mean, let's actually start with this to everybody out here that hasn't, because I didn't properly introduce everybody. Go ahead, UK lady, introduce yourself, and if you want to say something about yourself or tell us a random fact about you, go ahead, and then we'll get the questions.
Oh gosh, that's an interesting one to start off with. I'm UK lady. I was born and raised in Oklahoma, and I moved to Britain in the late 90s, and I've lived here ever since. I've done a lot of traveling, and I've always been very politically minded and wanted to fight the system even from a very young age. I don't like being told that I can't do things and why I can't do things. And I've
You
always been that
cannot
bitch to ask
donate $1
questions.
million to Fake
Yeah.
Mike Real Not. You cannot donate that right now.
But we were
So,
talking about childhood experiences the other night, and you mentioned like the first time that somebody mentioned the first time they got in trouble at school because they were defying the system, and I clearly remember mine, and we'll get to that another time. But it is interesting when you think back about some of the first times that even as children, when you defy the system. But go
I'm not
ahead.
a psychologist or a psychiatrist, but I may have to address you with oppositional defiance disorder, which
Wow.
is in the
But if the
DSM-5.
shoe fits.
And again, I'm not making any clinical decisions. Soraya, yeah, welcome to the stream, Soraya, and yeah, tell people a little bit about yourself if you like, or a random fact. Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? And she's muted. Okay, Rhode Island girl. How about yourself? Introduce yourself. You can give a fake name. You can call yourself Rhode Island girl. Give us a random fact about you, something interesting about yourself.
Okay, so my name's Chelsea. That's my real name.
Let's start off slow. What's your blood type and your social security number?
Actually, my blood type is O positive, and the social, I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But
all right, we'll put that on the screen later.
Yeah, but yeah. So I'm from Rhode Island. I'm pretty. I don't know. I wouldn't say. I mean, I get into the politics, but to be honest, I don't like to follow the news that much because I don't truly believe, honestly, much of what they put out there. As for our president, I mean, so overall, I'll be honest, when Trump was elected president, I was definitely, at first, I'll be honest, I was not a fan. But
Same.
when it came to how he ran, like, I will give him credit. I did like how he was always in the news. So it wasn't like, whereas Biden, I don't know. I never see him. I never really hear much about him. But yet again, I don't really follow it all. And I felt like he actually was fighting for our country a little bit. Whereas, I don't know, Biden, I feel like has this like secret agenda with like the sun. And then I seen this like Simpson conspiracy about like the predictions for this year. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I kind of think, I know I might sound a little crazy, but I don't know. I got a little worried. I mean, I think between what they're doing with having, you know, the whole time that Biden's been in office, all I still hear about is Trump, which I find very odd. And in the past years, I've never seen that with any, you know, president in the United States. Like, why aren't we talking about our current president and why are we still focused on the past? But to each his own.
Totally agree with you, Rhode Island girl. Yeah, and in my estimation, and this is just a theory, I could be totally wrong, is once people got really pissed off about George Bush, and then they said, hey, we'll give him Obama, we'll give him a black president, and that'll placate them for a little bit. And then when we woke up really quick under Obama, they said, all right, we're gonna give people Donald Trump, and he'll be the perfect, most divisive order out of chaos. Half the population will think he's pretty good, the other half of the population will hate him, and that will do our work for us. In my estimation, Donald Trump is just the same as all of the other ones, but they got to give us two different flavors. But let's switch gears a little bit. I wanted, and if you guys can, Mellows and Soraya and RI Girl, if you guys want to put your cams on, people are more psychologically engaged when they can see people's faces, right?
I'm just in the truck, so I apologize. If my phone dies, I don't mean to interrupt, but
if your phone dies, you might want to try some mouth to mouth to bring that back. So,
you're adorable.
Let's talk about this. Let's start off. Let's go through celebrity crushes. I'm going to go first. And there's a reason I'm going to do this. So everybody, if you could say your celebrity crush, mine personally is Candace Parker. Now, if anybody doesn't know Candace Parker, I believe is a retired WNBA star. She's like 6'9", and she's gorgeous. And if I could ever be with her, my sons could dunk. And that's really all I care about. I want to be able to have my sons dunk. She's my celebrity crush. And I'm just curious, as to, what about you? We'll go in clockwise. Mellow, who's your celebrity crush? Because I'm going to come back to this.
You can skip me, go to someone else.
Mellows, come on, no, you can't skip me, man. We're on the hot seat, bro. If you were given a free pass,
every one of them, you're asking the wrong person, man. You know what I was gonna say is The Rock. You guys mentioned The Rock earlier. Poor guy. We need to send him some money. So if you guys can sell your kidneys, your firstborn, send him everything you have. He doesn't have enough money as his friends, his rich friends do, and he needs to build those Armageddon bunker. He hasn't got it. He has to rent a space from Mark Zuckerberg. So please,
does he not own space in Maui?
Oh my God!
Yeah, no. Yeah, send him your money, please. Donate right now.
You son of a bitch, Mellows. Okay, your celebrity crush has been taken over by Brandon Mitchell because Stacy Keebler. You spelled her name wrong. How dare you, Stacy Keebler? Oh my God, she was so cute with those legs. Oh my gosh, I'm going through menopause right now. Just think Brandon Mitchell is the best. Joan Jett. Matter of fact, Joan Jett is a Baltimore Orioles fan. My favorite team.
Is she?
Joan Jett. She
was my
goes
first crush.
Oh wow. Okay, so that's pretty cool. DMA. Who is your celebrity crush?
Well, hey, Brandon Mitchell, I just want to say, man, hey, I saw your video.
Brandon Mitchell. Okay, DMA has let it be known Brandon Mitchell is a celebrity cuss. Let's move around to the next one.
If you have any means of fighting it, bro, fight it, man. I know it's difficult and it costs a lot of money, but like that's how it's done, man. Like if you just lie down, then you know they win, and that's how change is affected, is by challenging this stuff. And it takes people like us to do it, and there's not that many, so we can't lose any of our own people that are going to stick up for it. But I saw your video and I'm proud of you, man. And if you have any means, bro, I think you should go for it, bro. And even if you lose, man, it doesn't matter, because then at least you can say that, hey, I stood up for what I believe in. And by watching the video, you're not guilty, man. So just wanted to throw that out there.
Hey, Brandon, message myself, FakeMicRealNews@gmail.com, and we'll chat after this. We're going to go right to Good Guy. He's literally a male model. You sound like shit right now, Good Guy. Who's your celebrity crush, Good Guy?
You skipped over me, man. I didn't get to say my crush.
Okay, Good Guy.
Brandon Mitchell's my crush.
I know, you wasted your turn. Good Guy, mute up, Good Guy.
Okay.
We got the background noise.
Okay. Yeah, you wasted yours on Nerd Talk, okay?
Yeah, okay. No, I'd say it's hard to pick one, but I'd say probably my number one is Salma Hayek.
Oh,
Vicky, wow, Salma Hayek. She's a good choice. I mean,
Dawn of the Dead, Salma Hayek, yeah, definitely.
She's like 50 something, and she's like, oh my God, dude, she's
still banging.
Yikes.
I like
Soraya, who is your celebrity crush? If you could be with one person, who would it be? She said Fake Mike Real News. Wow. Okay. Good Guy audits. Muted. She's muted. She's I hope she's alive. Someone send a wellness check over to Soraya's house. Good Guy audits, man. Who's your celebrity crush, man? Me and you got a few people, but who's your celebrity crush out there?
Well, I have 2 wives, and the rest are just girlfriends.
Okay, so who's your favorite then?
Well, I'm not so much in love with her now that I'm an adult, but the first celebrity crush that I remember is
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
My first celebrity crush was back in the 80s, was Alyssa Milano, when I was like 6 years old, watching Who's the Boss.
Who's the Boss? Yeah.
So she's
my age. She's my age. I was crushing on her back then when I was a kid. Yep.
What about Winnie Cooper?
Oh man, Winnie Cooper.
I loved Winnie Cooper.
Let me tell you my 2 wives.
And by the way, Good Guy Audits. Everyone go subscribe to Good Guy Audits. He's not only a male model, but he's also one of the premier tier A First Amendment auditors. And DMA and Good Guy Audits. I don't even know why I let these guys on the stream with me. Mellows is smarter than me. DMA is better looking and smarter than me. And so Good Guy. That's why I told Good Guy, don't put your camera on. So who are your 2 wives there, buddy? So I can live vicariously through you.
Michelle Rodriguez and Sade.
Michelle Rodriguez. Sade.
Yes.
Now Sade is a good one, but this is Michelle Rodriguez.
She's hot.
She can be feminine though too.
Can she?
Yeah.
I'm attracted.
It's just an act. She acts like that, like in Resident Evil and stuff.
Sweetheart in real life.
Guys, in the chat, guys, what do you think of my Michelle Rodriguez?
She's Dominican.
It's pretty spot on.
She's Dominican and she speaks 7 different languages.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care what
She's smart.
what language she speaks. Honestly,
But
that's cool. That's
my other girlfriends is Emma Stone.
Mm.
Emma Stone is my girl.
She's kind of cute. She's kind of cute. No, Emma Stone.
Emma
No.
Watson?
She's not cute. Emma
Emma Stone
Watson's
is
cute.
cute.
Emma Stone is not cute.
Emma Watson is gorgeous. Emma Stone is cute.
All right, let me ask you a question, good guy. Of some of them chicks that we've been checking out the last few days, would you pick one of those, or would you pick Emma Watson, or no? Sorry, Emma Stone.
I'd pick Emma Stone, bro.
Oh hell no, you're tripping.
She got more money than all of them. What are you talking about?
She ain't sharing that with you, motherfucker. Soraya, Emma Stone or Emma Watson? Who's hotter?
Who's hotter or who's more prettier? Because Emma Watson is naturally beautiful.
Which one would you want to marry, or which one would you want to kiss?
Emma Watson is far more attractive. I don't know about their personality types though. Can't speak to that.
I don't know. I really like Emma Stone.
I think
I've liked her since.
I like Emma Stone. I do too.
I've liked Emma Stone since fucking Superbad.
Bro, she's not. Soraya, who's your celebrity crush? If you could.
Yo, bro, I cried when she died in Amazing Spider-Man 2, bro. I cannot watch that shit. Why did he save my girl, bro?
Godspeed, Spider-Man. Soraya, who's the hottest guy that ever lived in the history of the world?
Besides us three up here.
Obvious. Us four. Obviously.
Oh, Mello, right. His picture's so dark, I forget that he's there.
Racist.
So who do you say, Soraya?
I think she's
Who
gone.
do you say, Soraya? No, she's there. Soraya's here.
Hey, sweetie.
Hey, sweetie.
We can't hear you, darling.
You're muted, honey.
No,
your microphone's not working.
She's not muted, but we can't hear you. We can't hear you, dogs.
We can't hear you, Buttercup.
Soraya,
so
leave
pretty.
and come back. Leave and come back, okay?
Yeah, she's on mute. She's on mute.
No, she wasn't on mute. She
wasn't on mute then.
Oh.
Sometimes I have to change my headphones over to voice.
Who's the hottest Latina superstar?
Jennifer Lopez.
I know.
Actually, or Shakira.
I would stick my face right between her butt cheeks.
You think that Salma Hayek is prettier than Penelope Cruz?
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh yes, Salma Hayek. Yes.
Penelope Cruz isn't your, let's say, magazine beauty, but she's like an awkward beauty. You know what I mean?
She's like quite intelligent as well.
She has an awkward kind of look, but she's very pretty. Like if you ever watched Vanilla Sky, she was very pretty.
All right, guys.
Well, Mikey, you didn't ask me. I was going to give you my answers.
I will give you your answer, but the correct answer is this answer, which is my girlfriend, and she's on screen. And this is young Miko, aka Baby Miko.
Yeah, I've been listening to her.
You're attracted to lesbians too?
Yes.
Aren't we all?
This girl is so hot.
I think Queen Latifah is beautiful. She's one of the biggest lesbians out there.
She's one of the manliest lesbians out there.
Queen Latifah is a cover girl, bro. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
I bet she can make a clap.
All right, good. That's a perfect segue.
And she can make it clap. And she can rob a bank.
I'll tell you what. If I was in a life or death situation, I would definitely choose Queen Latifah over Baby Miko. Oh my God.
You know who's my other crush, bro? Shorty from Star Wars. That she plays Rey Skywalker. I think she's
Natalie Portman.
No, Natalie Portman is the grandma.
See, I don't watch that shit, so I don't know.
She's Anakin Skywalker's grandmother.
No, Natalie Portman is fly as hell, bro. She's getting a little older though, for sure.
I'm talking about Natalie Portman is gorgeous, bro.
She is. Black Swan, Natalie Portman, definitely.
So I basically was saving this one, but I was gonna save this one for the dating stream. But now that good guy brings this up, I'm gonna go around the panel. I'm gonna save mine for last. Let's rank Adele, physical only, scale 1 to 10.
I like Pogs.
Current Adele or previous Adele?
The Adele at her best.
What do you mean her best? Like her thickest?
Whatever you consider her best out of 1 to 10.
Yeah, because right now I think she's a bit too thin.
And so here's how
I haven't seen her since she lost weight, so I don't.
I hate when Hollywood makes fat people lose weight because then their heads are mad big. Maybe not Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill, I don't know, but he looks weird.
Yo, Jonah Hill looks. I didn't even know
He's
about
a bitch.
How much do you consider a hell of a lot of weight, though?
I seen him in real life, and he was a bitch. He was like mad
Forget
scared.
Adele. Forget Adele. Let's do Lizzo on a scale from 1 to 10. 10 is
I don't know
absolute
how she
perfect. Well, let's put her.
You talking about that girl you just put up?
No, this Baby Miko, baby. Baby Miko is.
Need to put a picture up of Megan the Stallion or
This is Lizzo
Doja
right
Cat.
Those
This
aren't
is
really
Lizzo.
attractive lesbians to me. I think
No.
Megan Thee Stallion is
My female
trash.
celebrity crush is Scarlett Johansson.
See,
she's pretty.
Scarlett Johansson is pretty. She's just really skinny. She's like Jessica Alba skinny.
Now I'll give Lizzo credit. She's got a lot of bold, confidence.
So this is Lizzo. What do you guys give her? 1 to 10? 10 being absolute perfection.
Her booty smells like her armpits.
All right, let's see Adele.
You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to rate women less than a 6. But I would say.
Why? Who told you that?
Mystery.
Who's Mystery?
Ooh, read the book, man. Mystery
Adele
Method.
is gorgeous, but she's too
But,
feminine.
I mean, she's not. I mean, she's got a pretty face, but I mean, she's super heavy. So I mean, that automatically is going to bring her down. She's not. I mean, I would say 6. I'm going off the Mystery Method, but otherwise,
if she's
like
that
a 3.
big, and she doesn't know how to cook, that's even worse.
So
we know you know how to eat, but do you know how to cook?
So let's. I'm gonna throw a alley-oop to DMA right here, and so you brought up the Mystery Method. Now, Mystery, I'm going to set the table for you guys. Mystery is a pickup artist, and he was more popular about 15, 20 years ago, and he has a method about and now the thing about Mystery was Wilt Chamberlain claimed to have slept with 20,000 women in his life. Now, I don't know if anybody can substantiate that, and I'm going to be the last person looking to do that. However, the Mystery did not like Wilt Chamberlain. He preferred Casanova because Casanova slept with far fewer women, but the women that he slept with were incredibly gorgeous. And so Mystery has a particular method. He's written books, he's given seminars, he's given lectures. I'm going to let DMA introduce it to you guys, his theory, and then we can get some feedback. Because his theory, some people would argue, is a little antiquated for 20 years from now. But I'm going to take a pee, let Denver Metro Audits, and then I would like to hear what you guys have to think about that. But yeah, DMA, if you could kind of give us the general idea about what Mystery's method is. And Soraya, I'll be back. You're muted, Soraya, but I'll be.
Yeah, so I actually touched on this a little bit last panel that we did, but essentially it's not doing the same thing that everyone else does, which is compliment women, because what happens is, especially women that are beautiful, they get approached, literally every single day. So when a guy comes up, hey, you're so pretty, can I buy you a beer? And then they're like, oh yeah, cool, thanks for the beer. All right, fuck off, right? Remember? So like that's kind of what they do. And so what you do is you it's a psychological thing. You want to take them down off their pedestal. So what you do is you give what's called a neg, which is a negative compliment. And I gave the example where you could say, hey, I like your nails. Are those real? No? Oh, well, they still look nice. Right? Something like that. You know what I mean? Or another one that I used to use a lot was like, I used to carry like lint in my, the lint that you get from your pocket in your jeans. And I'd tear a little piece of lint off, and then I'd go like this, and I'd pretend like I pulled it off of her shoulder, and I'd be like, hey, look, where'd that come from? You just flick it. It kind of like it might slightly embarrass her a little bit, right? And especially if she's pretty, like and then she might be like, whoa, this guy's got confidence, because guys don't come up to me and like point out lint on my shirt, right? Like this guy must have something going on for him. So there's so much entailed in it, but that's just what's for the opener, right? And then he goes into
that also
how
shows
you
that you're
do
a guy
it.
that would. Oh,
You display, you demonstrate higher value. So there's higher value men and lower value men. So there's all kinds of stuff. Like when you're at the club or wherever where you're meeting women, you don't hold your drink like this next to your chest as like a security blanket. Like you want to be open. You put your hands down to your side, and you have like an open posture. Like if you look at men with high testosterone, they always take up a lot of space, right? Like this. Right. And like men that are like insecure with lower testosterone, they're like, they don't want to take up too much space, and like insecure. Right. So he talks about stuff like that, and how you demonstrate higher value, and then you kind of neg them. Like you have your target and your obstacle. And it's like the friend it's like the friend is the obstacle, and then your target, the girl you're trying to hit, you're trying to pick up. You actually start with the obstacle, and you start talking to her, and then you move your attention to the target, right? And like there's all kinds of stuff like time constraints, because like I said, women are like, oh, how long is this guy going to be here? Am I going to have to pretend I got to go to the bathroom? So you go in and say, hey, ladies, I got to ask you a question. I got to meet up with my friends in a couple of minutes. I can't stay long, but. And then you start with your opener, like, hey, I was just reading this article and I have a really serious question. It's been on my mind all day. Would you guys date a man who still slept with his childhood memory, like let's say a teddy bear? Right. And like girls want to get in on that. Right. And then they start going, there's all kinds of little scripts and little things that you memorize, you talk about. And when you're doing this, you have to keep the conversation going like 90% of the time, and they're 10%. And so like there's all kinds of stuff, like little maneuvers you can do where like it looks like you're trying to hit on them, but like once you start gaining rapport and they start to accept you, and you like you touch them, right? Like, let me see your hand or something like that, and it's like a compliance test. Let me see your hand, and like they say no, then you say okay, and then you neg them again, and then you kind of don't talk to them for a minute, and you start talking to the other group, and you're making the rest of their friends laugh, right? And so now the person that turned you down, she's like kind of feels bad, right? And then you try again. Hey, can we see your hand? She's going to comply this time, right? She gives you your hand, then she's sitting down, you pick her up, do a little twirl, and then you steal her seat, right? It's playful, right? It's playful. Girls like that. And so like what happens now is everyone else in the room, they're looking over and they're glancing and they're seeing this guy who's sitting down with a bunch of women standing up over him, making them all laugh, right? People are like, dude, that guy's like the coolest guy in this whole club right now, right? That's what they're thinking, right? And so like what happens is like attraction isn't a choice, and women are actually attracted to men that are already pre-selected. That's why the people say once I got married, all of a sudden girls want me. You know what I mean? It's because other women want you. It's been proven. You're married. So women are thinking if this woman wants him, maybe he must have something going for him. Somebody else chose him. So what happens is you become more attractive to other women, and what you have is like it's a woman wingman. It's called a pivot. And I've done this before in clubs and bars and stuff like that. I had this girl, Christy, she was like my best friend, and I actually hooked her up with her current husband and everything, but it was never anything like that. But she was really pretty, and she was my pivot all the time. And I used to go in and like I have my arm around her. I'll walk into like, or actually my friend Christy and Shauna, we'd go in and I'd have like these girls like around my arm like this, and I'd walk into like a group of people like mixed like men and women, and you walk in with a girl on each arm. And trust me, the girls their defenses are down because here comes some man. He's already got 2 girls on his arm.
He must be trustworthy, yeah.
Because
there's all kinds of stuff.
He's safe. He's a safe person.
Safe, right? They just accept you, and then they think you're a high value man too. And then I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go talk to this girl, Christy, in like 3 minutes. Come down and sit on my lap and give me a kiss on the cheek, and then tell us how cute of a couple we make, and then leave, right? Stuff like that, and that works too, because a lot of times women, they won't even know that they're attracted to you until they sense jealousy, until they feel jealousy. So they'll be talking to you and it's okay. And then, all of a sudden some beautiful woman comes, sits on his lap and gives him a kiss on the cheek. She's like, whoa, you know what I mean? So if this is like interests you at all, you should definitely pick up the book. It's called The Mystery Method.
So that actually, I can prove to you that actually has worked for me in the past, because one of my ex-partners, we were friends for a long time before we decided to go out. And I didn't realize that I was into him until he had a coffee date with somebody else, and I got insanely jealous.
Mm-hmm. It happens with men too. It goes both ways.
Absolutely. Soraya, what's your take on all that DMA just said? DMA is letting the cat out the bag here.
No, we can't hear you, sweetie.
I don't know if her mic is still not working.
Should we send her a new mic?
Yeah, we're gonna have to work on that. The
game too is by Neil Strauss. Can't remember his pickup. They all got names like Mystery is Mystery, and then Neil Strauss is Karen. Do you remember his name?
I forget, but the interesting thing about Neil Strauss is this. So he was a dude that was like a journalist, and he was a nerd. He according to his own self, he didn't get no play in college. After college, he would write books about and documentaries about famous rock stars and even porn celebs. And he was backstage with rock stars, and the only thing he said he got was a kiss on the cheek from Tommy Lee. So he said he was self-admitted not very good with women. And then he went to go do an article on Mystery and these other pickup artists as like a joke, to kind of laugh at them. And he ended up becoming one of the best pickup artists of all time. He ended up bagging Britney Spears on video. He ended up bagging like a Miss America lady. And this guy, he's not the world's most attractive guy. You know what I'm saying? And so he's not like 6'5". He doesn't have huge muscles. He's probably shorter than me, right? So and I'm not a huge guy myself. So these are things that, right, because, and part of the reason I wanted to bring this up too is because the revolution starts at home. Well, if we don't have a home, right, if men can't meet women, if women can't meet men, then we're just going to keep depending on the government to satisfy our needs and our wants and everything. And I believe if you have a strong, if you're a man enough, if you're a woman enough, you can provide for yourself. I mean, obviously they make it increasingly difficult with the Federal Reserve, fractional reserve banking system, and inflation. Yeah, granted, we know that. But at the end of the day, it's just like anything else. Like I'll tell my friends now, I don't necessarily agree or disagree with the mystery method, and there's tons of different methods out there. There's tons of different people that write books, and they agree, they disagree. There's some overlap there. There's people that do presentations. There's people that do YouTube channels, and they agree and disagree on a number of things. However, though, like DMA said, when there's a dude that like he's not attractive whatsoever, and then there's two guys that are not really that attractive, but they're over here getting the hottest girls in the world. It's just like anything else. It's like preparing for a football game. I mean, you can go to play a football game and have no plays lined up and don't practice anything. But if you go in there with a play, you're going to have a far more, a higher chance of being successful in what you do. And a lot of these, I mean, quite frankly, dude, the guys nowadays, they don't want to meet girls. The guys nowadays, they don't care. They're incels. They just want to be, playing video games.
Or being girls.
It's more than just a game plan, though. Really, it's just social psychology. And if you want to know from a biological standpoint of what your purpose in life is, it's two things. It's to survive and replicate. That's it. And those are the things that are hardwired in our brains as human beings to attract us to potential mates. So when he says like Neil Strauss, he wasn't really the most attractive man. He was balding, he's not really great looking. But if a man has survival value, that's really what women are looking for. And a woman might say that she wants a man that's, 6'2" and handsome and muscular, right? But what she says she wants and what she responds to are two different things. So that, again, I said this last time, but that's why you'll see a woman who is dating a man that's 70 years old, right? It's because he probably has money, which in today's society equates to survival value. That's going to ensure her survival and the survival of her offspring. Now it goes the exact opposite for men. So for men, ladies, it really is on your looks. So a man will date you solely on your looks, out of your replication value, which is health indicators, youth indicators, something that he feels that is a good fit to pass his genes down to ensure his offspring survival. So that's why you'll see a man who's dating a woman who's really not that intelligent, but she's a 10. It's because he's dating her solely for her looks. So you don't need to be the most handsome guy. You really don't. All you need to have is you need to be well groomed. Like Neil Strauss, he was like kind of balding. They just shaved his head. They bicked it, right? So you just got to be well put together. And the number one thing that you have to have that is going to display a higher value man is confidence. That's it. If you don't say it with confidence, it's not going to work. I don't care how great the pickup line is or whatever. That's all it takes. Is to prove that you're a leader and you're a leader of men. And if you have to be the leader of your friend group or one of the top people of your friend group, and you're going to be the one getting all the women, like Neil Strauss when he was the groupie guy, right? And everyone else was getting laid and he wasn't. It's because he was at the bottom of the barrel. A woman is always going to try to match herself up with the best possible man that she can, just like a man is going to get the best possible woman that he can. So it's just, that's the way it goes, guys. It's number one thing, confidence.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things too, is, I mean, you see it all over the natural world too, right? Is like women are sitting back, the female species are sitting back and seeing which rhinoceros, which elk, which lion is going to beat the shit out of the other one. And then whichever one wins, they're gonna go with that dude. When it comes to human beings, though, we are slightly different. Obviously, like if there's a bunch of chicks out at a nightclub, me and DMA, we're not going to clear the dance floor and start running at each other's head. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different. We have to show, like he said, you want to be well groomed, right? And another thing that Mystery talks about, and a few of these other things too, is you want to have confidence. You want to have your chest out. You want to have your chin up, for sure, right? And you don't have to be the biggest, strongest guy, but if you've got money, if you're well dressed, and there's, we talked the last time about alphas, betas, sigmas, and so on and so forth. But there's something which may be a misnomer in and of itself, but there's something called a niche alpha too, right? So you don't have to be the world's biggest, strongest guy, right? But DMA, he's an alpha within auditing, the auditing community alone, within activism. Like he's already an alpha. Yeah, like he's probably. There's other ways you can be. There's a million other ways that you can be an alpha or a sigma or whatever you want to be. But these are some of the ways that people can convey those things too. So, all right, what's your take on what you're saying? Do you think things like negs? Do you think these are effective ways of gaining females and creating a relationship or at least attraction in 2024?
100%. I've done it. I mean, I read the mystery method and I know that it works because I've tried it out in the field. And it's one of those things, kind of just like auditing, where like when you first start, you're kind of nervous, and you just, after repetition and doing it over and over again, you get good at it. And, I haven't even tried to pick up a girl in several years, but years ago, I was, getting pretty good at it, and it absolutely works. And there's more than one way to skin a cat. Like there's also other things you can do that aren't the mystery method. Again, it all boils down to confidence. I mean, you can walk up to a woman and just say, "Hey, you're absolutely beautiful. I'm wondering if there's more to you than meets the eye." Whatever. You can just start open with that.
See, that's a really good way of talking to somebody.
That's a good one, actually. Yeah, that's a good one.
Because there's all kinds of things.
All right,
I like it, but it's honest.
Let's talk about. God, say what you're going to say, DMA. Then I got a question.
I like one that I use that I only used it one time, but I thought it was really good. Sometimes it's cool to be funny, and I was like, "Hey, I got to ask you a question. I'm about to meet up with my friends, and I need a woman's opinion. Do you think this watch makes my ass look fat?" And then she starts laughing, and then it's like, oh, and then you just keep going with that. But that's basically what a pickup line is. When you say some corny pickup line, it's not really getting you the number. It's just like your entryway in.
And now this is something that I really want to talk about here too. And I was definitely misguided on this too. A lot of guys, it's all about getting the number to them, and that's not what you want. You don't want to get the number. What you
get
want
the number too early, and then she's never going to text you back because you didn't build that rapport with her.
It's not even this. I'm going to give you guys a nickel worth of free game right here. This is what you'll want to do, right? If you meet a girl, and I'm going to ask DMA, how do you get to this point? We're going to discuss how you get there first. DMA already enlightened us a little bit, but when you meet a girl, your object is not to get her phone number. Your object is to go out on a date with her or to go out and spend some time with her. That's the real object, right? So there's ways that you can increase your chance of getting a yes. And these are basic psychological tips here, right? This is using sales. It's called the yes ladder, right? So if you were working at a restaurant and be like, "Hey, do you like cheese? Yeah. Do you like bacon? Yeah. Okay. Would you like to try some of our cheesy bacon tots? Hey, if you're working at a sneaker store, hey, do you like comfortable sneakers? Yes. Do you like Jordans? Yes. Okay, we'll try these on. You're going to love them, right? So the idea behind the yes ladder, psychologically speaking, is if you get someone to say yes to a couple questions, lawyers do it too. The likelihood that they're going to say yes to the third question is exponentially higher than it would be if you just asked a regular question. So what I would do is say a goofy pickup line or not a goofy pickup line. One of them that I heard, and I'll get your feedback on this. We'll talk about how you get to here first in a sec. But one of the things that I haven't tried out, but it'd be like, "Hey, you're almost as cute as me." And then you guys start talking, whatever, cool. And then, okay. And then I would say, "Hey, do you like tacos?" Yes. Do you like margaritas? Yes. I'm going to get tacos and margaritas this Sunday. Would you like to come with me? Yes. Cool. And then I would take her phone, and then I would take my number, and I would save myself in there as something funny, right? Because this girl's probably got a whole bunch of other dudes in her thing. I would save myself as something funny, and then I would immediately text myself, "Oh my God, you're so cute. LOL. I can't believe I got your number," right? And then I'd give the phone back to her. And then if she texts you, if she calls you that night, cool, talk to her. If she doesn't, cool. Then the next day you got a text from her sitting on your phone. Oh my gosh. And I'll be like, oh geez, thanks. That's really sweet of you. Hey, what's up for this Sunday or whatever. You want to text, but you don't want to text too much. You want the real conversation to take place when you're on that date with that person, and you just want to firm that up. But so I'd like to hear feedback on that, and then what you think about getting there, too, because quite frankly, I've got a couple DMs that I'll lead with, or I have a couple approaches that I'll lead with, and then it's kind of like getting from the approach to the securing is really difficult, because guys will tell you online, hey, you go up and you say this or that, but what are you going to do in the interim before you get the number?
I'd like to elaborate on what you said about the text message thing. You put your funny name in there and then you text yourself. That's brilliant. I've never heard of that one before. But another reason why that's a good one is because that's going to be a reminder for her. When she goes into her phone and looking at her text messages, she's going to see that and it's going to remind her. And another thing that you can do just like that is, like, if you're hanging out with a girl and then you have a time bridge where you hung out with her for 3 hours, it takes roughly about 4 to 7 hours for a woman to sleep with you. So that could be like you meet her and hang out with her
That's
for 2
very
hours.
quick.
And then, well, it's not really though, because that 4 to 10 hours could be over a month, right? Because so you meet her for the first time for 2 hours and then phone time counts. So you talk to her on the phone for half an hour and then you guys go and hey, I need to go get some shoes. Do you want to come with me? And you hang out for 2 hours, right? And then you go on a date. That's another 2 hours, right? So this could be over several dates, the 10-hour mark. So, but what happens? So when you first meet the woman, you can have all kinds of stuff like it's called peacocking, where you have like kind of this crazy stuff that makes you stand out.
Hold on. I'm gonna interrupt you. The DMA. Hopefully, you're not good at losing your train of thought. I'm just gonna be 100% candid with you right now. I'm peacocking, right? I'm peacocking.
Right.
So,
yeah, you are.
So see these rings? This is peacocking, right? Because women make themselves available to men by going out to the clubs or by wearing scantily clad things on Instagram. Women aren't the type that approach men. I mean, I'm speaking in generalizations here, but overwhelmingly, men are the one that approach women, and women are the ones that make themselves available to become approached in the first time, right? In the first place. Mm-hmm. So it's very rare, if at all, that a woman, regardless of how good looking you are, is going to start a conversation with you. But if you have, and so Mystery's thing was, he would have a stupid freaking top hat on. He would have a weird scarf. He would paint his nails, right? He would do all these weird things. And I painted my nails before. It was black. It was war paint. But I've got these rings on, right? I wear the tags on my hat. One, because I think it's cool, and I got tags on my pants. But also two, like, if I'm just sitting here normal, like when I painted my nails, girls were like, I can't tell you how many different girls were like, oh wow, I really like your nails. That girl would have never said nothing to me if I didn't have nails. It gives a female an opportunity to talk to you, right? Oh my God, I like your hat. And I'll take it even a step further, and I'll let DMA continue. Mystery even suggests, Base Chad Thunderjock says, peacocks attract chicken heads. He wins the comment war for today. But the thing is, Mystery would even go as far as to say, like, let's say me and DMA were out, right? And we're working a table of a mixed group, or it's all females, right? And one of the things I would say, or DMA would say with one of the females, would be like, oh man, you're pretty cute. You're lucky I'm gay, otherwise, and I'm not gay, right? Because it's like, right? So these are some of the things that you don't think about, right? Because and I'll say one more thing just to set the table for DMA, because a lot of the things that we think as guys, we've been taught to think that are effective with women is like, hold the door, buy flowers, right? These modern women, they laugh at you if you bring flowers on the first date. They think it's lame. They literally think it's lame if you bring flowers on the first date. So a lot of things that we assume that make sense logically to us are actually counterintuitive, psychologically speaking. And so DMA, and so I think a lot of the problem is when men and women aren't getting together is because women have a false notion of what men are looking for and what men want. And men have a false impression as well. And then men want to approach women, but they don't know what to say. They don't know how to do it. And so how are we ever going to have another generation if men don't know how to approach women, right? So yeah, DMA, if you can continue, and I apologize for
you're good.
interrupting you.
Yeah. So now I got to say something else real quick off track, but you were saying, oh, hey, you're really beautiful, but you're not really my type because I'm gay or whatever. What that is, that's called a false disqualifier. So if you go up to a woman, hey, you're really beautiful, but it's, you know, you're not my type though because I'm married with 4 kids, right? That's not a false disqualifier. That's a disqualifier, right? So like when you say I'm gay, it's what it's doing is it's like it's lowering her guard. It's lowering her fence, right? So she's like, oh, he's gay. Okay, I don't have to worry about this guy hitting on me. And now you can talk to her, and then later on, once you start, you know, getting flirty and like you start going kinesthetic, which is touching, right? You like touch her hands, not like groping her, but like, you know, you start touching. It's flirting. Then you can say, oh, you know, I'm just kidding. I'm not gay. That's my cousin. He's the gay one, right? So that's another thing that you can do. But like with the peacocking, like animals do it. Like you're talking about animals. Like if you look at a lion with the mane, why do you think they have that? That's peacocking. Human beings, we have natural biology that helps us peacock. Beards, right? That's peacocking. In caveman days, the man just had a big old beard. That's peacocking. So, but what I was going to say is what you do, like I had, and you, if you want to peacock, guys, you can get like all kinds of stuff at the dollar store is what I do. And I go get like all this crazy jewelry, like plastic, like fake stuff and like, you know, whatever. And like, here's the thing about peacocking is you got to remember the confidence thing. Like Fake Mike said, you know, Mr. E had this big crazy hat and a scarf and black nail polish, and he wears eyeliner, all kinds of stuff, right? And it's like, dude, if you go into a party or a club dressed like that, and you're over there sitting in the corner, like just not talking to anyone, you're gonna look like a total reject, right? But think about it in a different way. What if you're dressed like that, like a fucking rock star, and you're surrounded by beautiful women making them all laugh? Now your perception is this guy's the fucking man, dude. Who is this guy? And women are going to see this too and be like, who is this guy? Right?
And it's
so
important.
That's how peacocking
Let's pause it here too, because you bring up a great point. So if you're a guy like me, you went to the bar, right? And this is what happens. You see a bunch of hot chicks on the dance floor. And then this is what all the guys are doing in the bar. Guys are just like, they're just standing up at the bar, looking at it around, right? This is something that is so crazy because guys, unfortunately, look, I tried the whole dance floor thing and to look on the dance floor. I just got gang raped by 2 Ukrainian immigrants. It was not worth it. So, but what you want to do instead is I just don't look hot on the dance floor. I've tried multiple drinks. It doesn't work. So what you want to do instead is, yeah, we're not beautiful like ladies and soft and we can't dance and be seductive. We can't do it. Sorry, can't do it. Maybe DMA can do it because he's hot, but I can't do it. So what you need to do instead is me and Mellows and DMA, we're at the bar. Cool, great. Instead of standing there and looking at everybody else, the party is with me, Mellows, and DMA. We're chilling. I'm laughing at his jokes. He's laughing at my jokes. We're engaged. We're the party's here. And so we're laughing. We're having a great time. And people magnetically come up to us because we're having a good time. We start the party and people come over. And then there's the other thing that DMA talks about, which is approaching these women, right? And one of the way they say to lead is, hey, did you just see that guy just got his ass beat outside, or there's a crazy fire or something like that. You want to have the opener, but even if you're too nervous, I mean, you're eventually going to have to work up the balls to go and talk to ladies. It's eventually going to have to happen. But even in the meantime, you just get to the bar, you're hanging out with your friends. I mean, you look like if me and DMA and Mellows are sitting at a bar, right, and we're at a table, and we're all looking around, looking at other stuff. What does that say about me? What is DMA saying about me? I'm a loser because I'm not interesting. The party's obviously somewhere else because Will's a loser. This is not fun. And if I'm looking somewhere else in DMA and at the party, I must be bored with DMA because he must be a loser. No, the party is right here between me and DMA and me and Mellows. This is the party. This is what's going on here. And then once you guys have a little party, cool, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you get a drink or two in your system, and Mystery says don't even drink. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing to talk about too, which is a good tip. But some people need that liquid confidence, and then you go and approach. I'm sorry to interrupt again, DMA, but this is crucial to gentlemen out there and females out here too, because this is real life shit. That's unfortunately, bro, I literally, this was like 10, 15 years ago. I was in the mall and there was this hot chick and I was like, hey, what's going on? I started talking to her and I got her number. And then later she texted me. She was like, you're the first person that ever approached me in real life. And this was 10, 15 years ago. And this girl's a good looking girl. And I'm like, no wonder I got her number. I'm not attractive. Just nobody's approaching this person. So guys, you got to realize that you and part of it too is the fear of rejection, right? You just kind of got to get over that, right? Even some of the best pickup artists have reported only 10% success rate. It is what it is. You're going to get rejected. You're going to get rejected, and you're going to have to deal with that. But
well, let me elaborate real quick on that fear of rejection thing. And that is the reason why you have that fear of rejection is because I've said this multiple times, but I'll say it again. 99% of the human population has been in 50 to 100 people tribes. Okay, we've had this population explosion within the last few hundred years. So our brains aren't evolved to have 8 billion people. 50 to 100 people, that's it. So what happens is when you're feeling that fear, it's literally like a fight or flight response that you're getting. Because in caveman days, if you approached the woman and she rejected you, well, guess what? Now she's going to tell everyone in the tribe that she rejected you. And guess what? Remember about pre-selection? If that woman doesn't want you, well, guess what? Now no one else wants you, and now your genes get unapologetically weeded out of existence. That's why you have that fear of rejection. So what you say is like Fake Mikey said, you got to build up the courage. No, you don't build up the courage, because you try to build up the courage, you're going to psych yourself out and you're never going to do it.
I'm going to interrupt you one more time, DMA.
Everyone goes through
one more time, DMA. I'm sorry. This is one of the most powerful things I've learned. Like I said, I've studied a lot of this over the last year and a half. And one thing, because there's a lot of different dating gurus out there, and they'll tell you a lot of different things, and some of it's conflicting. But one thing that they all agree on is if you see, and it's not just a beautiful woman, if you see a business opportunity, if you see something, you have 3 seconds to act. If you don't act in 3 seconds, you're going to overguess yourself. You're going to lose your confidence. You see a beautiful girl and you want to talk to her, you got 3 seconds. You have 3 seconds. And you're at a bar and you overhear somebody, you're having a drink with your boy, and someone's like, well, actually, I've been looking for someone to manage my cryptocurrency.
And that's why they get friend zoned.
And you need to immediately act within 3 seconds. I'm sorry again, DMA.
No, that was literally what I was about to say. So you already know what time it is.
That's exactly why men get friend zoned.
For 10 minutes, I've been trying to get to this one point, though, about you were saying with the text message thing, you put your text message in the girl's phone because it reminds her of you later. So what you do is you have like I said, I have like these little fake plastic gold chains and stuff. And what you do is you have stuff that you're not really that tight with, right? Like you got at the dollar store and you're willing to part ways with it. So what you do at the end, you build some rapport with this girl. You have a time bridge. I'm going to meet up with you later. And you say, hey, you're not a thief, are you? Okay, here, why don't you hold on to this till next time when I see you? Put it right on her.
Oh, that's so cheesy, but it works.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, it's cheesy, but like it's like if you already built rapport with her, she's not going to think it's cheesy. And then when she goes home, a lot of times, like they'll just forget, or they won't want to talk to you anymore. But she's going to have that constant reminder every time, wherever she puts it, she sees that, bam, she's going to think of you, right? So that helps too with the time bridge.
Yo, that's excellent, bro. That's a really good tip right there. Yeah.
Well, so we were talking last time. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I was going to mention, we talked about last time about some of the best pickup lines and things that we've heard. And I got to thinking about that. And it reminded me of a time I used to, I arranged some local networking for businesses many years ago in my city. And I started up a thing called Tweet Ups. So everybody on Twitter and then networking could meet up and go for drinks and stuff. And I'd arrange these. And the first one I arranged, it was really successful. And I was really shocked because somebody that I really liked and knew and really admired in a different field came up to me. And what he said to me really has always stuck to me. He said, you're the only person in this whole room that actually looks like their profile picture. And I thought, but that stuck with me. And I thought, what a great way to start a conversation.
That's good with men. Like I said, survival value. If you catfish men, forget it, dude. They're there basically for your looks. Now, of course, men are always going to be initially attracted to looks, just like women are, but men are more likely to choose a woman based solely on her looks than a woman is. So I'm not like that. I mean, I've dated beautiful women. I've dated, not as beautiful women too. So it's not just about that. It's not one size fits all, but if you catfish a dude, you might as well just forget about it, man. Don't even waste your time. Because another thing too, it's dishonest, right? So it's saying a lot about your character too. So I mean, why would you do that? And you use all the filters and stuff like that. So I mean, they're going to see you, right? They're going to see what you look like eventually. It's like, it's just like when people like make plans with you. And there's another thing that I can't stand. Like people will make plans. Like I had this flag football team that I was starting, and like people do it all the time. Humans are flaky by nature. And I'll say, hey man, you want to play, right? Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I want to play. And I'd remind him like every couple of weeks, still down to play. Oh yeah, I'm down to play. I'm down to play, right? And then when it comes time to actually sign up and pay the $70 enrollment fee, oh dude, I can't, bro, I can't. It's like, dude, you were never going to play, man. You just said that because you're a people pleaser and you don't want to disappoint me. But what you don't realize is that you're actually creating more disappointment because you knew you weren't going to go anyways. It was inevitable. So now you're just, making me even more disappointed. I could have found somebody else to play. Same thing with the catfishing stuff, guys. Like they're going to find out what you look like. If you're balding, they're going to know you're balding eventually, right? So you might as well just own it. That's the thing with more confidence, right? Just own everything that you have. If you're skinny, own it. If you're fat, own it, dude. It doesn't matter.
If you got a badunkadunk, own it.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. Mellows, what's your take on all this trash we've been talking?
I've been taking notes. I'm studying carefully.
Let me tell you, bro, I'm not joking, bro. DMA knows his shit, right? Because DMA, I can tell DMA studied the same things that I've studied too. Now, I'm not saying I necessarily agree with all of these things, but I put in certain things into practice, and I know from learning from all these different people. Some are men, some are women, and I mean, for example, I'll give another thing away. I'm not sure if I talked about this last time or not, but what I use when I use pickup when I'm DMing somebody on the internet, I say, do you know what and I got this from a female, and most guys will say you can't learn anything from a female online because a female can't tell a male, like the female just doesn't know what it's, females don't know, right? That's the thing, they don't know. However, the best pickup line, the best intro that I've gotten was from a female, and she says to message females and say, start by saying, do you know what I found most interesting about your profile? Now I get a lot of responses, and it goes also to what DMA is talking about as well, because you're not giving them an incredibly crazy compliment, putting them on a pedestal ahead of you, but also you got to kind of work from there. So let's talk about where you go from the pickup line to securing. How do you get that?
Yeah. So I was saying, earlier is you got to demonstrate higher value. So you got to neg your target so that you're not really interested in them, because they're going to feel a fear of loss, and that's going to spark an attraction switch in their brain. And attraction is not a choice, guys. You don't get to choose who you're attracted to. So you create that attraction. And so you're talking to the obstacle, and then you switch it to the target. When it's right, though, right? So remember, you're doing compliance tests, right? And seeing, kind of gauging where it is. And you can tell too. And like when you come in, you kind of have your body language. Remember the time constraint? Oh, I can't stay long, guys. I got to meet up with my friends, but I have a quick question. So your body language is going to be like you're ready to leave. So they're kind of diffused a little bit. And once you kind of see that they're engaging and they want you to stay, then you can turn your body language in, right? And so what it is you're just gaining some rapport. You're talking to them 3-5 minutes, stuff like that. And you'll be able to tell. You'll be able to tell when it's time. And you get the phone number. Hey, I really enjoyed our conversation. Is there anything we can do to continue this conversation later? Oh, yeah, sure. You want to get my number? Sure, yeah. And then, you put your number, do the thing that Fake Mike said, and you grab her phone.
How about sliding in a DM? Let's just say you open, hey, do you know or maybe that's not the best approach. You're in an Instagram DM, you're in a Facebook DM. Do you have any best practices for that?
No, because I've never really done that. But what you want to do, though, maybe in DMs, and when I'm saying you need to demonstrate higher value, what you need to do, guys, is you need to come up with stories, like pre-written stories in your head that are like going to demonstrate that you are a high value man. And what are that? Those survival value qualities are a leader of men. You are the leader of your peer group, or at least you're the tribal leader or the tribal leader's friends, right? You're a protector of your loved ones, right? Those are the two main things you want to have. So you can demonstrate all of these things in a story, right? So, hey, you know what? me and my friend Fake Mike, he's another activist like me. We're like kind of known in this club, right? So we go into this club and we know the bouncer and stuff. So he kind of just rolls the red carpet out for us, right? And he kind of lets us in for free. And so we go up and we're sitting down at the bar, and I really have this kind of thing for blondes, but I usually like brunettes. But for whatever reason, there was this beautiful blonde sitting at the bar, and like I knew I just had to talk to her. So I went up and I sat down to her because I knew I was going to regret it if I didn't. And I said, "Hey, I just had to come up and tell you I really like your hair. Can I touch it?" And she was like, "What? You want to touch my hair?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I know it's weird, but I just really love your hair." And she's like, "Okay, I guess." And so my sister had just gave me this ring, right? I know, so this big, huge ring, and I kept it on this finger because it's the only one that would fit. And so I went and I put my hand through her hair, and I kind of went like this, and I like twirled it, and I went to pull it out, and her hair got stuck in it, right? And it was like stuck, and she's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, your hair, it's like stuck in my ring." She's like, "Well, get it out." I was like, "Okay." So I like pulled it really hard, right? And then her whole hair went like this. She was baller than Britney Spears up there, right? This is a story that you tell the woman, right? So what is it doing? It's demonstrating higher value. First of all, I'm with Fake Mike. We're activists. We're we know the bouncer. He lets us in for free, right? And then I'm approaching random beautiful women, right? I have confidence, right? Then I said, "Hey, I had this ring that my sister gave me. I love my sister." Right? I'm a protector of my loved ones. See, there's all these demonstrations of higher value in that story. So you can use that one, or you can come up with your own. But
and you're taking them on an emotional roller coaster because they get worried.
Yeah.
Too,
storytelling. Right? Storytelling is a key. You got to be able to pause when it's good. That makes for a better story. Don't rush through the story like you have it memorized, right? Don't rush through it.
You always want to start off a story with a hook. People say, "Oh, I don't know how to tell a story." Yes, you do. It's just a paragraph. A story is just all it is a paragraph. The first thing of every story, you start off with the hook. "Oh, you wouldn't believe what happened to me. Yo, the craziest shit happened to me." And people can be like, "Well, what happened?" That's the hook. You don't tell them. You'd be like, "Yo, I just got hit by a bus." No, you don't tell them. Like, "Yo, the wildest shit just happened to me. You wouldn't believe it," right? And then the next part of the paragraph are your supporting statements, right? And like DMA said, you want to take them. You notice how he talked about love for his family there. Then he also talked about an awkward situation, right? There was emotions. You're going through the motions, and at the end, it's just a summary of what you just did. And another quick hint, because DMA is dropping jewels, he should be charging you fools for this. Another thing is, me and DMA, we going out to the club. Me and Mellows is there. I know bros, like, now behind the scenes, right? Me and Mellows, we make fun of each other, right? We joke about each other. But when we're in front of women, there's I do a lot of self-deprecating humor, but you don't do any self-deprecating humor when you're with females. And you especially, even more importantly, you never put your friend down. So DMA could come up and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, this is my boy DMA. He's cool, whatever. But yeah, he slept on my couch for like 2 weeks." No, because you think
you just lost value by doing that because you're dissing your own friends.
Exactly, because what you think you're doing is you're elevating yourself while you're putting DMA down. But what you're really doing is you're putting you and DMA down because you're saying, "Hey, look at me. I'm a piece of shit. My friends are pieces of shit, and I don't even care about my friends." Right? So what you instead do, which you never do anyways, which is common sense. What you instead do is, me and Mellows or me and DMA have a compliment worked out, right? So let's say DMA or Mellows, they start off with a crazy story. "Yo, did you just see that crazy fight outside?" And they start talking to all the girls. And then I come over later, right, to help you guys talk to the girls, to help you, right? And then DMA is not going to say, "Hey, this is Will Turbid. He lives at home with his mom, and yeah, he's got a really small penis." No, he's not going to say that. Hopefully, if he does it right, he's going to be like, "Yo, this is my girl. This is my girl. This is my boy, Fake Mike. Yo, he's a crazy activist, man. He helps people. He loves dogs. He crosses, like, he's going to big me up," right? And we all have one thing that we do, like, "Oh, this is the guy that this." And that story is going to be one of those same stories, which is going to be like the same thing DMA is telling you. So it's important because a lot of guys will say, "Oh yeah, that's my boy Theo. He's kind of cool, but every once in a while he can be a little fucking stupid or whatever." No, you never want to do that. Your friends are awesome because you're awesome, and to be hanging out with you, you have to be awesome at the same time. You never want to put down your friends or anybody. Like, to the contrary, like DMA said, those are your peeps.
if you talk up your friends, actually, like a lot of people will think, oh, if I talk bad about my friend, it's making me better. Well, actually, it's the opposite. And if you talk up your friends, it increases your value because now this man hangs out with other high value men, right? So like, oh yeah, that's my friend, Fake Mike. He owns a chain of restaurants, or whatever. You could just make shit up, really. Like, yeah, I mean, it could be whatever. But I used to say that, like, I owned a franchise. I owned a Papa John's franchise, and like that would be something my friends would say. You guys just think it all up. You know what I mean? And like, really, like people say, oh, well, that's like manipulation. Well,
yeah, it sounds a bit disingenuine.
Life is manipulation, right? Like
makeup.
People are manipulated every day.
Makeup is manipulation. Fake eyelashes are manipulation. Fake boobs are manipulation.
That's true. That's manipulation.
Push-up bras are manipulation. They're all manipulation. Now,
sorry,
I'm not advocating that you do anything unethical or manipulative, but at the same time, right? So there's two things that you're looking at here. It's either me and DMA, we go out to the club and then we have no knowledge whatsoever, and then we just try our best and get shit on, or we can take all this information that is at the palm of our hand and try to sort through it. And honestly, you got to go out in the field and see what works best for you, right? Because there's 1,000 dating coaches out there, and you need to see what works. You need to try it out in the field for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I know we're getting a lot of dope information here, but DMA, what's your Cash App? I want everybody to donate to DMA so he'll come out here, and me and him, he can be my wingman so I can finally get laid. So if you guys want to see DMA come out because honestly, bro, and now if we want to take it to a really next level, it's good to have a wingman on the mystery level, and that's cool because I could see DMA would be awesome at that. But there's a dude, let's see if we know who this gentleman is. He's a guy named Napoleon Hill. And as a matter of fact, you brought up Harry Mack earlier today.
Did the freestyle by Napoleon Hill.
And he's got a freestyle, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon
That's one
Hill.
of my favorite Omegle bars he did.
And so Napoleon Hill, he was like, Magic was like, all right, you need to understand these facts, and this is how you get women. Cool. But we're not just talking about women. We're also going to talk about a bigger thing too. Let's talk about Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill said, what you need to do is you need to surround yourself with a mastermind team. And I've had Mellows me and Mellows are like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. And we're starting our mastermind team. So yeah, it's cool to get females, but a mastermind team, according to Napoleon Hill, a mastermind team is people, men, women, that are on the same page, using all their energy, working towards a goal, right? And that can be money, that can be changing the world. And so, yeah, you want to get yourself a wingman out there. That's dope. You're going to want to do that because it's going to be a lot easier for you to do, to approach these women's. But you really need to look into Napoleon Hill and what it means to be a mastermind. Because as DMA was saying, one of the main things that females look for is protection and provisioning. And if you don't have money, then you can't really provision for a woman. But if you have tons of money because you're a mastermind, that doesn't really become a problem. So these are things that you want to keep in the back of your mind as well too. Let's get to some final points and questions here. We've been going over 2 hours here. So all right, so let's get one more thing. So I'm sliding in the DMs. I'm like, hey, do you know what I found most interesting about your profile? DMA, do you think I should leave with that? What do you think? What's the best to slide in the DMs for the guys out there?
Like I said, I've never really done the whole DMs thing, but I think that does sound interesting because what a lot of guys do is like, oh, you're so beautiful. Like UK, I'm sure that you probably get them too, like people in Facebook and stuff. Oh, you're so beautiful. You probably get tons of messages. I don't get them.
Are you a sugar baby? And I'm like, honey, I'm probably old enough to be a mother. Go away.
Yeah.
I don't like that stuff. I would start though, Mike. If it were me, I would just say, I would not necessarily apologize for interrupting her or disturbing her, but say, I don't want to be too forward, or I don't mean to sound, crass or anything. Just because DMs to me is like a personal space, and you're kind of encroaching on that personal space.
I don't know, because then that seems like you're asking permission, and then that's
you don't have to ask permission. You might just say something. I don't mean to seem rude, or sorry for being forward.
I don't think.
You
I
don't
think,
think
like
so?
I said last time to you, you're like the exception, and like I think that's great because like it would be much easier if all women were like you, but like you're the exception. So not all women are like you. So if it
No, I'm
seems
definitely
like,
on the scale,
oh, well,
believe
hey,
me.
you know, like, can I don't mean to bother you, but like a man, a alpha man never apologizes for something. If he does something, he does it with intention and that's it. And women are just attracted to that. So, but like Fake Mike, if you said that in that way, like, hey, you know what was the first thing that attracted me to your page or whatever you said, or I found most interesting about you?
Yeah.
It's leading with like, it's making them think like, ooh, I don't know. Maybe it's stroking their ego, and they're gonna be like, they're gonna want to engage just to find out what the compliment could be. So I think it's good.
Yeah. So my problem is I do get Deanna saying she loves hearing Mel's accent. Who doesn't? Well, it's been tough because Melo's because honestly, if this was the good old days, me and Mellows would just be putting our words into a Gatling gun and just spraying it all over the place. But we can't. It's the 2024, so we're doing things a little different. Pretty soon we're going to be live streaming on my own website, and you don't even. I mean, I can't wait. That day, once we live stream on my website, bro, that's coming very soon, bro. And we're gonna talk some crazy shit. We're gonna talk crazy. It's literally I've had blue balls in my mouth. Pause for a long time because I can't say what I want to say and I need to get it out. So that's coming. That is absolutely coming for sure.
Can we answer this question real quick? Can we answer this question that you had up there because it was up?
Yeah.
There.
So
I wanted to answer that.
Yeah. So somebody, Base Chad, put up. Should you get the number or should she take your number? I believe was the question, right?
Yeah, and I think what you should do is you should try to get it so you each have each other's number. So, like what I used to do is I just like hand my phone over and say, "Hey, put your number in there." And it's like a very confident thing to do, and she'll put her number in there. And then what I'll do is I'll text her right away, or I'll call her. I'm gonna call you right now. It better not be fake. And like you call her, and it'll ring, and then now she has your number too. So you both have each other's numbers.
If you do give them a fake number, you're fucked.
So one thing, so there's pros and cons, right? And so you have to know it yourself, and you have to try it. So the pro, and I know DMA was going to give us the other side of that coin. The pro of you giving your phone number to a female and telling her, hey, put it in, she has to follow your lead there. She's going to follow your lead. If she doesn't put your phone number in, then she doesn't want to hear it. But she does put your phone number in, that means, okay, you know what I'm saying? Here's somebody that I can talk to. Here's somebody that's cool. You know, she's following my lead. That's good. That's a good framework to start. The other thing is what I said earlier, which is, cool, you want to go out for tacos? I would say, hey, do you like tacos? Yes, because you're establishing the yes ladder. Do you like margaritas? Yes. Would you like, I'm going myself, with or without you. I'm going Sunday night, Tuesday night, with or without you to get tacos. Do you want to come with me? Yeah, cool. Awesome. Here, let me give you my number. And this is my personal best practice. And then I will put my number, I'll save myself as Sexy Vanilla Thunder, something stupid like that, right? And then I'll text myself, oh my God, I can't believe I got your number. You're way cuter than me. LOL. And then I'll take it from there. And then the other important thing I would say here is don't be texting all day. No. Hey, cool. You get the number. You say, hey, you only speak about the logistics. Do you need a ride? Am I picking you up? Would you like to meet me? Where's the place? Then you get there, and then when you get there, you smell good. Your teeth are clean, right? You look presentable, chest up, chin out, right? And also, especially for the introverts out there, what I would recommend, I'm an extrovert for the most part, so it comes naturally to me just being extroverted with people. I have no problem just starting from zero and getting into a conversation, but half the population or more are introverts. So what you want to do is find a music that you like or find a comedian that you like and listen to it on the way over there. That's going to get you in the jokey mood. That's going to get you in the talky mood, right? Or what you can do is find a friend that you already know that you vibe with really dope, and you get on the phone with them and you start talking to them already. Because for an introvert, you don't want to just go into a situation where you're forced to talk to somebody cold, right? For an extrovert, it's a little bit easier for folks like me because I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna say it. Like I'm used to. See, it's easy for me to get rejected because I'm used to being rejected. You know what I'm saying? I care less. But the introverts, you're gonna want to go over there and you're gonna want to maybe pay some George Carlin on the way there, some Dave Chappelle, some Bo Burnham, right? And if you find some cool jokes, it's cool. steal a joke, put your name on it, put your tag on. But those are my thoughts on that.
And just relax and be yourself. Don't try to force it though. Like sometimes people be too awkward and like, oh, I'm going to say this cool joke. And sometimes people be caught up in like the things they need to say. Or if you do have a story, like I told you guys, to have rehearsed stories, like they got to get through the story. And like, it's got to be like, who cares? That it's go with the flow, guys. Like if you're telling a story and then it gets off track from something else, don't worry about that. Just go with it. That's what it is. You're engaging. The whole point is that you're having a good time and she's engaging and enjoying your time. Not that you got to get through your story or tell your joke.
Yeah, and that's one other thing that I will mention too, which is really important for men out there, is men will like to, because here's the thing, right? We want to tell people, like I'm on a date with UK lady right now, right? And UK lady doesn't know how awesome I am, and obviously, right? So and I want UK lady to like me. So I want to be like, well, did you know that UK lady that I travel the world? Do you know UK lady that I've got a whole bunch of followers? Do you know UK lady? Whatever. So there's two ways you can go about doing that, right? One is, like, let's just say, for example, which I don't. Let's say I had my own business and a Lamborghini and 1 million subscribers.
Okay, Andrew Tate.
So there's two ways I can do this. Hey, UK
Andrew Tate's
lady, thanks. What's that?
Oh, she just said something about Andrew Tate, and I said thumbs up for Andrew Tate.
So you're
I'm not sure.
Show me your Bugatti, baby.
I'm not sure how I feel about Andrew Tate. Just grab a laptop and you can see, right? So Andrew Tate, right? So there's two ways, right? Because guys want to convey that we're awesome, right? But you don't want to do it like a tryhard, right? So there's two ways it can go on. Remember, this is Fake Will and Fake UK Lady. And Fake Will has a Lamborghini, he has a mansion, and a multi-million-dollar business, right? So I can sit there and I'll be like, hey, UK Lady, thank you so much for meeting me here. Cool. We're ordering dinner. Great. Hey, I have a pretty successful business, UK Lady, and not to brag, but driving a Lamborghini. Or you could let the questions come to you, because when you're putting all this stuff out, nobody wants to know how awesome you are. People want to find out about it, right? So you can be like, oh yeah, oh sorry, I was late. I had the valet. I had to say, keep an extra eye on the Lambo for me. Or you could just calmly go down. Hey, sorry I'm late. You put your phone down. You put your Lambo keys down, and you don't say anything about it, right? You never want to look like a tryhard. Oh, I got a lot of money. I can tell you, like, women aren't stupid. Women are not fucking stupid. They're gonna find out, bro. They're gonna find out, especially if you lie about something. Oh, I got so much money. Oh, I got so much this and that. Women are gonna find out, bro. It's not worth lying. It's not worth bragging about yourself. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your friends can talk you up.
Yeah, I once went on a date with a guy. Gosh, this was going back many years, and he insisted that he wanted me to. He had brought his Ferrari, and he wanted me to drive it. And I didn't want to drive it, but he insisted. And unfortunately, we were in an area that had speed bumps. That did not end well.
Yeah.
And now when you do that and like you think you're like being cool by letting the girl drive your Ferrari and she doesn't want to, and then she messes it up by hitting the speed bumps. Now the girl actually resents you because now she feels bad and you just made her feel a negative emotion because she messed up your Ferrari. Yeah. So that can backfire on you. And so what you want you to do too is, like, if you're bragging, you want your friends to brag about you. Like, I'm going to be the one that says, hey, FakeMicRealNews, he's got 20,000 subscribers. He's an activist. This is his accomplishments. He's interviewed Hillary Clinton, Adam Kokesh.
And I'm going to say, shut up, DMA. Shut up, DMA. What about
hey, shut up. You're making me blush. But like, that's how it works. Your friends talk you up. That's why wingmen are good. But don't talk up yourself.
Absolutely.
Humble.
So these are a few basic things. We're going to continue with along the stream. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be interviewing J. Michael Springman, United States diplomat, author, and practicing lawyer. He wrote the book Visas for Al-Qaeda, where he documents the fact that the United States government was giving visas to Al-Qaeda. Great.
Surprise.
Great. So, yeah, I mean, this guy's amazing. He's literally an expert on the Middle East because he was a diplomat in the Middle East. So we're going to be breaking all of that down. If you guys join us at 8 p.m., we're going to be having questions here. I want to thank everybody that joined us here. It was freaking awesome. This is a great little stream. I appreciate you guys keeping me company here at work. I really appreciate Mellows, first and foremost, I appreciate you, man. Mellows is my brother. Mellows, sometimes, like, there's certain things I'll say, and I give Mellows I used to complain that Mellows used to not talk that much, because then behind the scenes he'll start saying like the best things that I could never say. And now I'm actually glad that he's not talking too much, because we're transitioning over into my home stream, right? It's going to be home stream from the website, which is good. But yeah, I really appreciate Mellows, man. Mellows has been my dog from behind the scenes, holding me down and doing. I mean, anybody that knows Mellows knows he's a legend from years before I even started doing any of this stuff. And I really appreciate UK Lady. She's been a good addition to the crew here recently. She's been very helpful, and I appreciate that. And DMA, man, honestly, I'm on DMA's dick. I feel like despite him liking Tech 9 over Cannabis, that's something that we can overcome. I think we can power through that. But yeah, hopefully DMA, anytime you're on the East Coast, man, you're more than welcome, man. Definitely come out here, man, one of these days. And yeah, I look forward to continue with DMA, man. I'm astounded by what this dude knows. And it's so funny because, you know, as I brought up at the beginning of the stream, they were making, I was on another channel, they were making fun of DMA because he was talking about how fluoride is fucking people up. And
yeah,
it is. And those people,
I can have a whole spiel about that.
Yeah, so CPR is joining us, but we're going to put CPR on the screen for 1 second just because look at the hair on this sucker. Whoa, dude, look at that.
Beautiful hair.
Damn, you're sexy, man. Jesus Christ, look at that. Oh, man, I wish I could do that. Hold on.
I'm so handsome.
I can't do that.
Took a lot
Jesus
of
Christ. Oh, man, I'm going to have to get my hang time. You look like the last samurai right now, bro. You're looking hot, bro. Frank asked me, you still be smoking, Will, or you quit? Do I look like a quitter, Frank? And Frank, by the way, thanks for asking Auditing America. Yeah, Auditing America did a live stream the other day. Hey guys, I'm back in Saipan and I had some service. I might as well go live. And then everyone was like, hey, why are you a women reader? Hey, what are you gonna answer the questions about Will? Hey, this and that. Hey, are you gonna pay your friends back the money you stole from him? Hey, why'd you hit on CPR's wife? And he was like, and then he's like, oh yeah. And then to the haters, not to say much about the haters talking about me. He was like, oh yeah, it's sad that they have to talk shit about me, because Auditing America is the best thing they ever did in their life. Oh, really? That was the best thing I ever did in my life. Obviously, haven't subscribed to my channel. And I'll tell you what, Auditing America without FakeMicRealNews is just running away from police officers. If you take away FakeMicRealNews from Auditing America, there is no confrontation of Hillary. There's no confrontation.
Deanna, this is called.
There's no confrontation of Kamala Harris. There's no interview with the inventor of email. There's no confrontation of Caitlin Bennett. It's just cops. It's just him getting out of post offices. And on top of that, he's a deadbeat dad. We didn't even talk about this last time. He's a deadbeat father. Besides beating females, hitting on engaged women, and asking females to pee in his mouth and running away from people and calling the cops like a snitch, a bitch. He's also a deadbeat father who owes over 17 grand in child support. So yeah, fuck Auditing America, fuck New World Order, fuck aspartame. And if you want to be down with the New World Order, fuck you too. Bat, Mob Deep, Chino XL. Okay, that's hit him up, Tupac. DMA, thank you very much, man. I really appreciate you, dude. And CPR, man, you guys, I'll say CPR popped up here a little bit late. Go check out, what's the name of your new true crime channel, bro?
Cold Case Recovery. It's mainly on TikTok, though.
Cold Case Recovery, bro. I'm gonna say we because it's mostly me. Just kidding. It's all CPR. But CPR has found multiple and there's a lot of hater channels out there too that will hate on us. CPR has found at least 2 human remains. He literally solved the Long Island serial killer case. So go check that out. And we've got a whole bunch of big true crime channels hitting us up now because of Cody's work. Cody found bones from the Long Island serial killer. There was a press conference about it. They credited him about that. And then a couple months later, the case is solved. And then he went and found more human routes. So that's, what is it again, bro? I'm sorry. I'm lit tonight.
Cold Case Recovery.
Cold Case Recovery, Cold Case Recovery, Cold Case Recovery. Again, DMA, thank you very much. DMA is a channel. He's way bigger than mine. He's way smarter than me. Speaks more eloquently. I'm not even talking right. So yeah, DMA, he's awesome, man. Always welcome out here. Mellows, you guys already know. CPR man, go check out CPR. UK lady, go check out her channel and Misconduct Reports, MISS Conduct Reports. That's coming soon.
Yes, that is.
And yeah, guys, we'll be back tomorrow. U.S. Diplomat, check that out.